This is the Gore Club Podcast with Steve Vessel, Derek Sturgeon, and Deathmetal Dave.
I would love to hang out with Andy Dave. Not like more than once.
Yeah, just one time.
One day.
He was playing music in a restaurant, and Andy Dick liked his music. I think he wants to fucking, but
Probably. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah,
A little bit.
He'll give him the blow.
yeah.
Are we ready to go?
I don't know. Are we?
check.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Hey, guys. What's up?
Rolling? Do we record all of that?
Don't put that in the show.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Sorry, I was looking for some extra notes that I made, and they're disappeared.
Aw.
Yeah, that'd be all right. We can all just wing it. And everybody, whatever. Hey, welcome to the Gore Club Podcast, everyone. I'm Steve Vessel.
Deathmetal Dave.
Derek.
And we have a special guest from the band Prayer Line, Jake Hellman. Introduce yourself and tell us about your band.
My name is Jake. My band is Prayer Line. We do songs about horror movies and serial killers and true crime and whatever. I don't know. We're like, a podcast recently called us post-horror punk, but I don't know. We just write.
Is that a thing?
I don't think it is.
It
I
is
think
now.
we invented it. But like, we're kind of all over the place on our first album, but we're working on a new EP that's like straight up a thrash album.
Oh, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah. So we're really excited about that. Yeah, you can check us out on all the things: Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube.
You got a couple of music videos too.
Couple music
Yeah.
videos. We released one this week and one 2 weeks ago. The one from this week is called "Who Goes There." That's our newest single, and we do 90% of these videos ourselves. So, yeah.
Yeah, they're awesome. We've played, if anybody's followed us on YouTube, Dave and I have played them on our public domain theater many times.
Yeah,
I Drink the Blood and
the Chopping Mall
Chopping
video
Mall.
that Dennis Stein did. It was
It's
fun.
fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, those are awesome videos. But tonight, this is our Halloween episode in our new studio, which is still under construction, but it's we have room now to
Move around.
have erections at the table and not hit each other. Doc.
Well, not me, but
Well, welcome to the fucking podcast, baby.
Spacious.
Derek is not impressed.
Spacious.
I like
I
it.
feel like Joe Rogan got a better deal.
Fuck yeah, he did.
I was expecting a better upgrade.
Where's your giant American werewolf in London werewolf? I think he has one of those in his lobby.
Yeah, he does.
Fuck, that's amazing.
And there's not enough guns here.
Yeah.
Or LSD.
Cigars or LSD.
Yeah. And he's got like the full gym before apparently you walk into the...
It's got everything.
Man.
I'm just going to be honest. I'm not high enough.
Yeah, you're not high enough.
Need
No
some
one is
DMT.
high either. There's not free drugs on this show. This sucks. I'm mad. Fuck you, Joe Rogan.
Fuck you. Oh my God.
Well, this week's episode is about Halloween.
Sammy Hain.
Sammy
Hain.
Hain. And I'm sure somebody out there is fucking cringing when we
No,
say.
I went to high
Sammy.
school with that guy, actually.
Sammy Hain. And he probably wasn't even cool, was he?
No, not at all.
Fuck it. Fuck.
Fucking asshole. He's always correcting you on how to say his name. We're okay, Sammy Hain.
Oh, God.
We're not going to say your name like the way you want us to, sir.
They call it Sawen. So, I don't.
Samhain is, I guess, the technical pronunciation. but
Irish.
I'm American and we
The
do
correct
everything
name.
like phonetically and stupid.
Yeah, we say things wrong.
Samhain.
That's what we do.
I've been saying it since the band. Like, that's how I was introduced to it, and that's how the band, I remember Danzig called it Sam Hain.
I like that we live here and we're like, you got to say it how it sounds. And then we're like, no, it's Louisville.
It's Louisville.
It's Versailles.
Like it's Versailles.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like, fuck, come on.
Oh, my God.
We just live in Hick world, so nobody says anything right.
yeah.
So this week we did something different. We chose one movie apiece for our favorite Halloween episode. But before we get into that, I think Dave's going to take us on a little tour.
Sort of.
Sort of.
Back in time, Dave.
Well, I mean,
When was Sammy Hain created?
Sammy Hain? I mean, it was a long time ago, Steve. What time? When the fuck do you think it was made? It
In
doesn't-
a galaxy far, far away.
Galaxy.
Well, Jawas,
Far,
they sat
far
around
away.
these big stones and created, right?
That sounds about
Did
right.
cavemen trick or treat?
I don't think they did.
God
Just go to each
damn.
cave.
Just dragging their girls behind them and looking for more candy. To
Did
stick-
John Carpenter invent it?
Something to do with Stonehenge, I think.
Stonehenge!
Well, the Halloween. I know more about Halloween as we know it. It was derived from Samhain, whatever the fuck.
Samhain.
The celebration between on October 31st.
When the veil, whatever. I was going to do Halloween 6, but I'm not
It was
gonna do
stolen by the Christians and
No way.
called All Hallows Day.
Yeah.
Feast of All Hallows Day. The Western
Motherfuckers.
Christians.
Christians always have done that. They've adopted other holidays to make it where people could like still celebrate their holiday and then slowly like tell you that it's evil.
What other holidays?
I need some sound effects on
All of them.
I need
President's Day.
And we need some wind blowing behind you right now while you do this.
Something spooky. But yeah, it's
like a
the same
tremolo.
thing. It's a Celtic Harvest Festival.
I was gonna say, I bet it's on the back of this movie, the description of Halloween, and I flipped the movie around, and it's just fucking black.
It's fucking. It's the. That's
Sorry
the
for those
band.
just listening.
It's an old. That's an old Danzig VHS Samhain, and yeah, it just says "Evil Live" on the back.
Came with the box set, Steve.
Oh yeah, that's right. Fuck. Thanks,
That's
Dave.
Dave's still thinking.
I don't know what to say about this. It's fucking
put
Halloween.
him
Who
on the
doesn't know what
spot.
Halloween is? I don't know the history. of this.
Halloween
I didn't
is
do enough.
Halloween is a movie series.
It is a
Halloween
movie
is
series.
something you do as a child.
What about
Trick or treat.
the Mexican like Dia de los Muertos or whatever?
Yeah, there you go.
Does it have anything to do with that, or is that totally separate?
I don't know, man.
I think that's
I just
separate.
want to scream like, "Are we having fun yet, or what?" You know, fired up.
I
Fuck.
feel like that's totally separate. I know Joe Bob did a whole thing about it, but I didn't listen well enough. So
Yeah.
I
Me
missed
neither,
all of it.
apparently.
Goddamn, these are the most festive people around, and
How much am I supposed to drink?
a lot.
Just
Yeah,
keep drinking.
dude, just keep
It helps.
drinking.
It helps. But yeah, it was a Gaelic holiday, and yeah, it meant something to people, and then it got fucking ruined by the Western cultures.
Did it get ruined
I
though?
don't know. I was gonna say it got
Yeah, I kind of like
enhanced.
it.
Well, I
I'm a
mean, for
fan of,
them,
like-
it got ruined.
Oh,
Yeah. And how did it got Americanized? Obviously, but like
The same way like St. Patty's Day is just like, let's get drunk.
it's amateur
And
hour.
how Christmas is like, let's just get drunk.
And you're like, kid, you want candy? I get it every fucking
Then
day. you
Halloween,
pussy.
it's like, let's dress up like a dick and get drunk.
Get drunk.
I mean, I dress up like a monster, but you dress up however the fuck you want, dude.
I've only been a dick one time.
Oh my god.
I'm usually a lady.
Oh yeah.
It's like an odd thing. I've been a lady like the last 5 years.
Can you send me those pictures?
Yo, they're fucking amazing.
They're
Okay,
available.
Derek, obviously not right now, would throw some of the best fucking Halloween parties I've ever seen because I always have to fucking work.
They're
But the
fun.
pictures are amazing. But I mean, if anybody follows Derek on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, he is like an amazing dad, and he does these father-son Halloween costumes every year. My favorite is still you as Pamela Voorhees.
Pamela Voorhees,
It's
the
the
little
best.
Jason Voorhees.
It's the fucking
Hell yeah.
so good.
Well, see, I come from I think a lot of people probably relate to this. The horror fans tend to be the oddballs in their family. It's rare that you have like multiple horror fans in one
Yeah,
family unless you
true.
get really fucking lucky.
yeah.
So when my kid was around like 6 or 7, he started getting into the horror genre. And I think the first year, I forgot what he was. Oh, he was still a superhero costume. But all the girls made fun of his like costume because like all the other kids in the family, like little girls, and they're all Disney princesses. And like my family's very like straight laced, doesn't watch any of the shit I watch. And they kind of made fun of him. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I want to dress up with him from now on and take the heat off of him. Let him make fun of me. Maybe he's a
Yeah,
grown ass
yeah.
man in a costume. And then it just happened to be the next year that he decided to be, he did Scream. He wanted to be, because he watched the MTV series. I know, boo, fuck you, it's decent. But he wanted to be the new Scream, like wear the new mask and shit. I was like, well, what can I do to go with this? I'll be fucking Billy. So I did like the white bloody shirt and the fucking 90s chili bow. Then
Oh
since
my
then I've
God,
been
the Bud
Pamela-
Bundy part.
Since then we've been Pamela Voorhees and Jason Voorhees, and then he was Nancy, and I was Nancy. He was Freddy. I don't get to be the fucking cool one. It's fun. Yeah, that's it makes Halloween a little more like special, entertaining. And then of course I have my like parties that are fucking gross and full of debauchery. that are
Yeah.
outside of my parent side.
Yeah, I was gonna try to separate it. Like he doesn't do that with his kid. Like, oh, we just
Yeah,
play beer
yeah.
pong with the
Yeah,
10-year-old,
yeah.
and it's cool.
You gotta have like the two separate. That's what I like about Halloween is I get the like the parenting side. I get to have fun with my kid, and then I get to be a fucking total asshole
Yeah.
for one night with my friends and act like I'm 20 again.
I mean, honestly, that's literally the reason we started the band. It was like, at least we'll play one good show every year.
One, yeah.
Guaranteed to play one good show every year.
When you're not a misfit cover band, which is always good.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask when you were saying there like that hard punk thing, and I'm like, do you just go whoa, 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 whoa?
No, we don't. That's the thing is like we don't. we kind of have steered ourselves away from calling ourselves horror punk because of that. Right, like everybody that you see as horror punk is like just a Misfits ripoff in a sense.
They all do this kind of the same thing.
And
not to shit on them, but it is all kind of the same.
Post 90, man.
You know, we just write songs that we feel at the time. We have a lot of different influences. So like, you know, our guitarist Jake Miller, he loves like, you know, The Cure and shit like that. I'm really into 80s metal, those sort of things, and Phil's all over the place, the other singer. I'm a co-singer, co-songwriter. Phil's a co-singer, co-songwriter, and Jake does like backup vocals and writes songs too. So
he does whoa.
Yeah, he's
he's the whoa guy.
Yeah, he's exactly.
No,
when we have it, but he also
when we have it.
When I have to do like the King Diamond scream or whatever.
Oh,
and I'm not quite perfect on it. He's backing me up and he nails it every fucking time. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
The thing about like, okay, well, I've seen you all. I don't know. It's been like 2-3 years, I guess, before, and I didn't even know what the songs were like. It's not a horror punk band because they're like, unless you tell me the name, like this is the song is about Back to the Future. Or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
That's the kind of music you all play to me. It's
yeah.
Like, oh, okay. This is not horror punk because it's.
We're not saying Halloween 3 on the chorus or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. Like we kind of I hate to say it this way, but we try to be smarter about it, and like kind of even though a lot of the times we like steal lyrics directly from the movies or whatever, we try not to just be so in your face about it. Like if you have never seen the movie, you can still like this song. You know what I mean? Like that's important to us. Even though like on the new album I wrote a song about Reanimator and I just say I am the Reanimator, you know, whatever.
It just pick a movie, pull a page out of the script, and then write a song.
It's not like we
based
haven't
on
done
a page on a script.
Well, that's what was good about the Misfits talking about horror punk is that whether you like the band or not, it doesn't matter. But during the Danzig era, not every fucking song was the title of the movie.
Exactly.
It wasn't. This is Scream.
Yeah.
This is whatever the fuck. You know, there's a lot of songs you had to dig into. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
That's
who goes there?
That's
nobody knows. Not everyone knows that's fucking the thing.
Exactly. It's about the thing, and I say the thing in it, but I don't really think anybody knows I'm saying the thing because I'm just like doing like Cannibal Corpse vocals when I say the thing.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm like the thing, but I don't think people know it's about the thing, which I'm fine with.
Yeah.
I wrote a song about Dennis Nielsen, the serial killer, and it's called "Diary of a Drowning Boy," which is literally what his diary was called, right? And then this podcast like reviewed the album. And so I said he's a serial killer, right? So
Oh yeah.
these people reviewed the album and they thought it was about Jason. They thought Diary of a Drowning Boy.
Okay,
was,
I can see that.
You know, so like I'm fine with that. Like let these people take the songs and make them what they are for them. That's what I want.
That's art. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. What's your favorite Halloween movie? Let's just cut to the chase. Fuck all this.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about trick or treating or history or any of this
I
shit
love it.
anymore.
I love that part that what it has become. Like I think it's lost a lot, like toilet paper and trees and all that.
Nobody
shit. 'Cause now
trick or
we
treats any fucking more anyway. They just come to your
Not
house
this
and
year.
steal the bowl.
Yeah, I mean, trick or treating is very much still a thing, but it has like, I've watched it, I guess, see, my oldest is 14, youngest is 11. So I've been trick or treating about 13 years now, going out with the kids. Over the last 10 years, it's changed. Like it used to be almost any neighborhood you hit, every other house is handing out candy. Now it's like one house per street. If you get lucky, you hit the right neighborhood, maybe you'll get 2 or 3 houses per street. Everyone gathers at like firehouses and churches and shit.
That's
now
what I was gonna
to get
say. It's like
candy.
firehouses.
Yeah.
Trunk
So
or
weird.
treat.
And that sucks because it's like, so the churches are full of like, they mean well, but they're giving out candy, but also every other person's giving you like a miniature Bible or some shit. The firehouses are full of politicians. So like every row of tables always has like 1 or 2 people that are trying to be like the fucking judge or whatever in that county, handing you like pens and shit. And like, my kid doesn't want this. We're not here for this bullshit.
Yeah.
And
Have a toothbrush.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
And of course, you're trying to be polite because you're like, oh, this is a free event. But at the same time, it's like, it's fucking Halloween. And we're just waiting in this line for hours.
Yeah.
To walk through takes like 5 minutes and then you're done. It's just
not the same
fun.
chaos that
Yeah.
it used to be. Like
Yeah.
I just remember like going to either like my grandma's neighborhood or some neighborhood I didn't live in because I'd never really lived in neighborhoods, and just like you just see groups of people walking down all these dark streets, and like we'd trick or treat super late and stuff.
Till like 1 a.m.
Yeah,
sometimes.
Yeah.
you'd stay out for hours doing this.
Getting
Now
like
it's-
2, 3 fucking pillowcases.
Yeah.
we didn't
Yeah,
use
exactly.
bags.
Did you say 1 a.m.? I don't
yeah.
think I ever trick or treated
Oh
till
my
1
God,
a.m.
man.
Yeah, I think for us it was about 10.
Yeah,
11.
10.
No, I don't know what
I would
it,
be
we
out
would hit
till,
all
like,
the apartment complexes.
midnight.
What year was
Yeah.
this?
Jesus Christ.
Maybe
1970?
late, but I
The
don't think
last
people
time I
are knocking on
trick-or-treated
somebody's door
was
at
like
fucking
91.
1 a.m. It's
So yeah, I was like,
I'd be like-
11.
I'd be so mad if some kid knocked on my
I'm
door at
just
1
kidding.
a.m.
I was like 17, but
At 1 a.m. and fucking Star Lords
No,
knocking on my
that's true,
door.
though.
I'm gonna be pretty pissed off.
we would well because in apartment complexes, like I said, you could hear where the party was still going. Knock, knock, knock. How you doing? Oh yeah, you guys. It was like that one scene in Trick or Treat where like, you want some fucking booze? You won't tell nobody. You're like, yeah, you will. We never went into the parties, but we would hit all those, and you could hear them in the hallways. And yeah, I'm not making that up at all.
See, for us, like when I think my last year trick or treating, I was probably 13.
Oh yeah,
And we stayed out pretty late, like 9:30. And I realized like right about that time is when the assholes come out though.
Yeah.
Because I remember people like yelling at us and shit. Like my cousin freaking out because he thought one dude was going to chase us. And I
Whoa.
was like, no, dude, I brought a knife. I'll stab him. And he's like, what? You got a real knife? And I'm like, yeah, it goes with the costume.
I had a real machete.
I carried a fucking knife with me like when we'd go out because I was like, I'll fucking stab somebody. I don't care.
My neighborhood was always pretty good, except my direct neighbors. Like, they wouldn't give me hardly anything or a popcorn
It's
ball.
because they knew you. They're like,
It
fuck
was
you,
popcorn
kid.
ball, man. Fuck
A
that.
popcorn ball.
Popcorn balls, yeah. And that's
What is
another thing.
It was,
Oh, shut up!
I don't know what a popcorn ball is.
Oh my gosh!
I don't even know how they make it. It's just popcorn and
Is it like a Rice Krispie treat?
yeah,
It's like, you know how they make rice bowls, balls
I guess,
in Asia. Yeah, you eat your
But they made
rice-
it. They like you were like
It's
homemade
handmade,
candy.
yeah. Handmade candy.
This is the
Handmade.
80s. It was cool. They were old. They weren't going to kill me.
I
Yeah.
thought we were already on that whole like don't take candy from those type of people.
I was going to mention that. Like, when I was a kid, nobody got hurt. Nobody, people got beat up or whatever that happened. It's just people, like teenagers, being dicks.
Nobody got hurt in the 80s at all.
Ever.
Like that serial killer you wrote about. When was he around?
What was his? Yeah, Dennis Nielsen's house. Let's go hang out. Let's go to Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment complex.
It was a safe
But-
time.
But knowing we know now, I mean,
Heroin wasn't around.
it wasn't like you still went to neighborhood. We accepted every piece of shit like homemade
Yeah.
candy.
Yeah.
I made this with grandma. Like, I could tell. Yeah, great, cool.
You guys ever get like a soda?
Yep.
Yes.
It's cool. I drink it on the way.
Yep.
I drink that shit as I'm. Who knows?
Yeah,
I
I've
could have
got
injected
soda. I've gotten those prison juices. You know, like the juices that look like they're like the
Oh,
grenade
yeah.
shape, and they got like the top you peel off. Yeah, prison juice.
it. Yeah.
They
What
get-
is it? What
It's like
shape
a
is it?
pudding cup.
Oh,
They're like shaped like a fucking grenade, and they. Got
I know
like
what you're
little
talking about. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably get them at other places, but I just think of prison. when I
Derek
see
got
it.
him in jail.
I watched a lot of Oz in my time, and they always were drinking those in the cafeteria at Oz.
Nice.
So it was just like forever prison juice. Yeah, that's the weirdest thing I think is the juice. Oh, a toothbrush. They gave me toothbrushes one year.
Yeah, there's always that asshole that gives you.
I know. I did it at my
Toothbrush,
show.
pens. I got all that dumb
But
shit.
like there used to be a fear that went along with trick or treating. If you gave out shitty candy, somebody's gonna fuck up
We did
your
that.
house.
I don't
Yeah.
think, is that a real fear?
It's
Because I feel like candy corn still exists, and those little fucking orange and black candies.
yeah,
are
I
still
don't know
going
what the
strong.
fuck those monstrosities are. but
Little
they're
like the
awful.
peanut butter, black
that's-
and
yeah.
Does anybody here like candy corn?
yeah.
I like candy corn.
Yeah, I do.
Man, I can't do it.
But now
Yeah,
they've
but
got
like-
so many different flavors.
It's old people
I've got-
food, and these two are fucking.
It's true.
50
I
years
have
old.
a huge thing of it upstairs. Huge.
Of course you do.
It's called Party Mix. Mine is. Okay.
You're like my dentures can really chop on this.
Yeah, it comes with those little like the pumpkins that are candy corn now, and
Candy corn tastes the way like a fog machine smells.
I don't understand it, and those, I don't have any idea what those black and orange candies are to this day.
I think
Oh,
one's supposed to be peanut butter, and it's not.
But they still
Just pulls
exist.
your teeth out.
People still give them out, and their houses are toilet paper free.
Yeah,
It's fucking bullshit. Let's kill them.
I like classic. Like fuck, man. I'm not going. I love a classic candy.
This year, let's do it.
Yeah,
This year,
They'll be easy to find.
nobody's giving out candy, so I think we should just buy
Oh.
a bunch of toilet paper.
Just fuck them all up.
Yeah, let's do it old school.
Let's
man.
buy all the toilet paper right before this COVID winter.
Get a potato gun
Yeah.
full of it, full of toilet papers. Doof, doof.
I guess it depends on where you're from. Because there's probably people listening that are like, hey, we got fucking Halloween right here right now. Fuck
Yeah.
it.
True.
We don't
Yeah.
give a fuck.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you
fuck
see
them.
people being
Yeah.
like, we're still giving that candy. I'm like, hopefully you're gonna sanitize it. How
Yeah.
is that gonna work this year?
I don't know. I mean, is it much different than going to Burger King or?
Yeah, but I don't go to fast food like 30 to 40 times in one.
Well, yeah, but it's
one
just
night.
one person
yeah.
handing it out.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like if you could just fill up like a bucket and just put it outside your house.
That's what I was thinking about
But
doing.
then every stupid kid.
Like just put it at the end of the driveway and just like.
yeah.
Yeah, but like it's
And
not
then
used.
sit there with a gun.
I'm just going to spray it all down with sanitizer now because they have spray hand sanitizer now.
Yeah.
Just like a
Have some
hog
right here.
trough.
I like it because I'm going by myself, by the way. I'm responsible.
I'm a dice roller.
Yeah,
Well, since we've covered that,
we have.
let's talk about our movie selection. So the theme tonight was we all pick one movie from a list of movies from Halloween. Now,
Yeah. Now on the whiteboard, I just put a whole bunch of shit up there just as references,
there's
just
a bunch
for fun. Remember,
a bunch of movies that are
TV
either
shows.
based around Halloween or make you think about Halloween.
Yeah.
But we've each picked one movie.
Why the fuck did you put 31 up there?
Because it's a Halloween movie.
No, I don't want to think about that movie
Sorry.
ever again. Why is it there?
Sorry, man.
I just
I put House 2 up there too. Silver Bullet, Donnie Darko, Ginger Snaps.
You didn't put Hocus Pocus up there.
No, I didn't put kids movies up there really.
Idle hands. This Monday I had surgery on my hand.
Oh, fuck
And
off, dude.
I got a nerve block in my shoulder, right? So like Monday night, this whole everything from my elbow down, I couldn't feel it and it was just flopping around. And all I could think about was idle hands.
Oh yeah.
I was like, literally, if I stood up, it was just like.
Yeah, no, I've got a whole bunch of fucking. That's scary, and I'm glad you're on my side of the table. I guess now, fuck. I put the barn up there. We were talking about that. Chud 2 is a Halloween movie. We can't go any episode without talking about Chud 2. Flatliners, May, Sleepy Hollow, Paranorman.
Paranorman? You said no kids movies.
Yeah, I said that, and then I see
E.T.
E.T.
and
and I
Paranorman.
see.
little vampire on there too.
Little
Yeah,
vampire.
okay, guys.
All right, there are kids movies.
There's a few.
I don't see Nightmare Before Christmas. Is it up there?
Yeah, because that's more of a Christmas film, though, to me.
Yeah, but that's
But
the
it came out
scariest
for
thing.
Halloween.
What'd you say?
It came out during Halloween.
Yeah, it did.
Because there was some movie that was supposed to come out on Halloween that's made for Halloween that came out in like August instead because of Nightmare Before Christmas. I can't remember
Wow.
what the fuck it was. And this is like something I recently learned too, but it's just escaped my memory what movie that was.
Oh.
But they pushed it up because of Nightmare Before Christmas because they didn't want to deal with that shit. They knew better because Tim Burton fuck you up.
Ooh, Ernest.
Yeah, I've got Ernest up there.
Yeah.
Something Wicked This Way Comes.
I need to watch Ernest again. It's been a while.
Whoops, sorry. Volumes of Blood, Lady in
Crow.
White, Ginger Snaps.
House with Clock. You got tons of kids.
Yeah,
movies there.
I think I did this on
Scooby,
edibles. Now that they're
Simpsons.
talking about this, I did this when I was on edibles. Scooby Doo.
Recess.
Scooby-Doo.
I got news for that's a TV
No kids
shit.
movies.
These are all the things that really scare Steve that we never knew about.
You don't know me.
Children's
when
horror
the lights go
films.
out.
Ichabod Crane.
Ichabod, Mr. Toad. Yeah, okay, fuck off.
He's like, I wasn't doing kids movies. Literally like 90% of the list.
Well, like, okay, my first exposure to television Halloween was like The Fall Guy and Highway to Heaven. Do you remember that show at all? It's
Was that
Michael
oh,
Landon.
it's with that dead guy. Yeah, Michael Landon.
Two dead guys,
from
yeah.
House on the Prairie and shit.
Right, but
Yeah.
one of his first movies is a Halloween movie, and it's I Was a Teenage Werewolf. So that episode of Highway to Heaven, he did the same makeup he did in that movie, which was pretty cool. Fall Guy, that was a Halloween special. The first time I saw Vampira, besides being late night boobs, which is awesome too.
Late night
Oh
boobs.
yeah, let's talk more about late night
Simpsons,
boobs.
Treehouse of Terror, yeah, late night boobs.
Late night boobs.
Those are the
This
best
podcast
times.
just changed.
No, actually,
Actually,
you just put it right on track.
Subject is no longer Halloween. It's a late night boobs.
But I just put random stuff up there. Like Wrong Turn 5. I've got
Why would you do that?
because it's a Halloween
We're not
movie.
going to talk about Wrong
No,
Turn 5.
Terrifier.
Somebody's like lit up thinking we were going to talk about it. And guess what? No,
No,
motherfucker.
we're not. Somebody just was like, whoop.
Oh, Wrong Turn 5.
Phil actually reviewed Wrong Turn this week, and he just shit all over it.
The first one I like.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
He hated it.
Well, that's
I like
that's
part
fine.
2 more because it's
I
Henry
love piece
Rollins.
of shit movies. Though.
Yeah, I get that.
I like Angry Henry Rollins in part 2.
Yeah, that's the thing I need to revisit because
I
he
need to
brought that
see
up a
that.
couple
That
episodes.
sounds
He
ago.
becomes like John Rambo in it,
Oh hell yeah!
but
That
killing
sounds
like
amazing.
inbreds. We
But
need
I mean,
him here.
I mean, May. That was a great Halloween movie. I don't know. I just put a whole bunch. Silver Bullet. The whole ending ends on Halloween.
Oh yeah, Silver Bullet.
Isn't that
yeah,
guy a
it's
little
classic.
like crippled ass Haim?
Yeah, Corey Haim and
where he's
WC.
like- that's when he's a real Franklin,
Oh my god.
but less annoying.
Candy corn,
Yes.
pumpkin carver, Trick came out I think last year. There's
Trick?
Yeah. It was
Oh
pretty
yeah, you made us watch that. Ugh. I'm not even going
Is,
into that.
Sorry.
is candy corn as bad as the candy?
Is that what the movie's about? Just people fucking having to eat
Just
candy
throwing
corn?
up candy corn at each other. I've seen that porno. It's pretty cool.
I used that last year as running that wrestling show, and usually deathmatch wrestlers use like thumbtacks. They'll take the bag of thumbtacks.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, what'll be a funny gimmick is if I fill up one of the bags with candy corn, and they do spots on candy corn. So I had the guy do it, and everybody's had candy corn stuck in their boots for like a fucking year now. I didn't think about the consequences of using candy corn.
And they were probably like, falling on that was pretty comfortable.
Yeah. Well, no, they're all. Most of them were like, that's way worse than fucking thumbtacks. 'cause
Really?
It's like stuck to you forever,
Oh,
too.
yeah.
And it's got some of it's like really pointy, like a blunt tip, But, oh well.
So it sucks
fuck
to
'em.
fall on. It sucks to eat.
And it sticks to your
And
fucking
how's the
shoes.
movie? How's the
Yeah.
How's the movie?
It's pretty good, actually. I like
Okay,
it.
all
Low
right.
budget film.
I don't trust your judgment because you like the candy.
I don't give a fuck. It's true though. I like some crap, but Satan's Little Helper. I'm gonna just skip all of the shit. Yeah, man.
Just
What about the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, no longer being on television?
Yeah, that's fair, though. It happens. It's an evolution.
it's been
Evolution of the TV.
I mean,
been on TV for years.
Apple got the rights to it. Fuck it. Sorry, Grandma. Get the
Who
fucking
has
Apple.
TV anymore? Anyways,
Television.
Cut the cord.
Right.
Download the motherfucking
Yeah.
thing,
It's pirate.
It is weird.
I gotta stream it
but
for
it's
these
just-
debates, right?
I don't know. I just
No.
don't fucking care.
No.
Like, people are freaking out with the Charlie Brown thing, and I'm like, give a fuck. Charlie Brown's gone.
It's just like everything else.
Yeah, things change, dude. I mean, what are you gonna do when Christmas Story's gone from your fucking 24 hour? It's
24 hour.
It's gonna happen eventually. Your piece
Yeah.
of shit movie's gonna be gone. You can't act like you love this thing anymore. Sorry, I fucking hate it. People are real mad at me now.
Oh, I love it, but it doesn't make me
that
happy
movie
that you don't like it.
sucks.
I
hate that
honestly
movie.
didn't know that the Charlie Brown was taken off TV, and I was like, "What does it have a racist part in it or something?"
No,
I was like, "What
no.
happened?"
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
That's what I thought too. Because it was
Yeah.
like the article that was posted made it seem that way.
No
like they were
shit.
trying to do
I
like
must have
cancel
missed that part.
culture
It's
on
been
it or something.
canceled, yeah.
And it just turns out that Apple's got the rights to it.
Makes
so-
fun of bald kids
Oh no!
Dirty kids.
and dirty kids.
and dirty
Yep.
kids.
Strong women, all that shit just fucking demonizes them. Lucy's the shit.
Canceled.
Snoopy.
She's a
that
piece of shit.
Motherfucker.
Well, fuck Dave. Let's start with you. What's your favorite Halloween movie?
I wouldn't say it's my favorite.
Or one you want to talk about?
It
Because
was,
I know what it is, and
It's not my favorite,
What Halloween
it
movie
should
you
be.
want to talk
I
about?
heard it was your favorite.
but it's one that I picked because I had
he
a
made
list.
notes.
Did you? I like that you opened this like it's a fucking Academy Award.
The winner is not.
House 2. Man,
I think I'm the only person at this table that likes it.
I mean, I wouldn't say I like it.
No, I think it's a piece of shit, but I
It's-
watch it. I do watch it
It's fun.
more than once
It's
in
a
my life.
fun movie. So for people who have seen House 1 and haven't seen House 2, fucking forget the first one because it has nothing whatsoever to
These
do
are
with
anthologies.
Those are usually
movies.
the best movies
Yeah.
when they have nothing to do with
it.
it.
Oh, yeah.
It's an anthology
That's the
series.
way to do it.
It's not really connected until House 4, but yeah.
It came out the next year, and people were expecting a continuation, and they didn't fucking get it.
Yeah. They didn't see William Catt on the poster, so I don't know why.
Were people expecting a continuation? Were there like diehard fans of House 1 that were like, the story's going to continue with House 2?
Ding
Fuck
dong.
yeah.
Again.
There definitely was.
Oh, absolutely.
You know there was.
Like 7 dudes.
Yeah.
I was probably one. I was
Seven
probably
dudes
number
eating
6.
candy corn.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait for that.
Fucking
God damn it.
Eating candy corn, get their Fangoria on their fucking chest. It's going to happen. Where's William Catt?
It's
True.
the second story. So, a quick rundown of the plot of this movie. Let's start with.
I love you. You sound like fucking, I don't know, fucking Harrison Ford in Blade Runner. Let's just talk about that. You sound so enthused.
Oh well,
love it.
a quick rundown. So the movie starts, and you have these two people in this nice big house, and they're just it seems like they're getting ready to go to a party, and then the guy's like, "Honey, they're here," and they're giving their baby away to somebody. She's very, very upset.
Yeah, it's important to do.
Yeah, well, they're giving their baby away. They don't want this baby for some reason.
Yeah, they don't leave the house. Whatever.
They don't leave the house, and then fucking ghost cowboy shows up. Slim Razor. Slim Razor.
Voiced by, I think, voiced by Frank Welker.
Yeah, it's the same guy that did Megatron.
Yeah.
Same dude. And he fucking shoots him. Fast forward to 1986. Now
Wait, who shoots who?
Slim Razor.
Slim Razor shoots this
It's like this skeletal ghost monster.
shoots these two people
Okay, all right, yeah.
that just gave away the baby. And now the baby is older and has inherited this house.
Babies do that.
Yes, they grow up And that's where the movie really kicks off.
He's got to get his revenge on Slim Razor.
Well, eventually it happens.
Okay.
You're
He's looking for a skull.
Well, I like a revenge plot. I'm excited.
And the movie, like when it does, like, he gets to the house, they instantly point out, like you can tell something's going to happen with the ancestors, because the first thing he does when he gets in the house is point at that picture, and he's like, "This is my granddad, and this
Great.
must be my great granddad." And
Yep.
I'm like, "Okay,
Jesse McLaughlin.
we know we're going to go with this, you fucking weirdos."
Oh,
Look
yeah.
at the backs of the VHS.
Fast forward a little bit, and he's in the basement researching this crystal skull that he found a book about. And he's like, "Oh, I think my grandfather found this." So him and his dumbass friend Charlie decide to go dig up his great grandfather, because he might have been buried with this thing. Surprise.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, surprise! Fucking great grandpa is still alive.
Yeah, he's mummified.
He's mummified.
I know how much you love Peter Jackson.
Yeah.
He stole that for Frighteners.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It's a fucking
That's
ghost.
the same.
It's a ghost
fucking
cowboy.
character. He looks exactly like you.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
I mean, he fucking took that character and was like, "Oh, this is mine now. I'm Peter Jackson, motherfuckers."
Well, shit. I never even put that together.
Yeah, I just wanted to.
Rick Baker stole the design.
I just wanted to make you
The
feel
best
it.
artists borrow.
All right.
Oh, yeah, they don't steal.
I mean, if you put a photo of those two things side by side, though, it's just like, "Oh, you copied my work, sir."
Oh yeah.
It's blatant.
Sounds amazing.
It's good enough for Peter Jackson. Why isn't it good enough for you, Derek?
Oh no, I didn't say it's not good enough for me. I'm just saying you love Peter Jackson, and I just want you to know he's a fucking thief.
Yep. Stop motion in this movie too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's lots of stop motion in this
Peter
movie.
Jackson.
Yeah. He also stole little people.
He cornered the market.
Yep, and trees.
Anyway, so they dig up his dead grandfather. They have this big sort of family bonding moment. Like,
How do they know the dig there?
Because it's in a fucking graveyard. It's marked.
Oh yeah, it's marked.
I just
So-
like how he figures it out. He looks through an old book and goes, "There's a skull. There's a skull. These are black and white pictures, but they look different. Let's go find this one." And they're like, "Okay."
Why is he wearing a mask when they find him?
I don't know.
Aztec.
Because he was buried 70 years before
Yeah,
that.
it was an Aztec sort of, because that was, I don't know, I forgot that part of the thing, but like
He's wearing a mask.
it's an Aztec.
Death mask.
Yes,
No.
exactly.
Oh, it's-
Oh, it is. It looks Aztec.
Oh, like he's looking at the VHS box too.
And how quickly he's just like okay with that dude being his great grandson.
Yeah.
Like, he just accepts that explanation. Like
This
oh, yeah,
this
that makes
movie
sense.
movie just
Grandson?
escalates. Like ridiculous things happen, and it's just like, okay, let's just move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Because in the very next scene, Jesse's friend Charlie says, "Let's just get fucking drunk," and he gets Gramps drunk.
Yeah.
And then they go fucking drive off in his car.
It's great. A fucking Alfa Romeo Spider.
Yeah, they drive off in the car, and they're just drinking, and then they drive back drunk. And that's it. That's the end of the first.
And then
act.
Bill,
That's the end of the first act.
and then Bill Maher is like, "Let me show up and be a condescending fucking."
Oh yeah,
douchebag."
Bill Maher is in this fucking movie back when he was
Hence
still trying to
hence
get
the
actor.
Halloween part.
I hate him
They
so
have,
much.
They have a fucking Halloween party. Yeah, but he shows up to because the one guy's girlfriend is the
Music
next
producers.
Madonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's a music producer, and
I think that's literally the line, right? She's the next Madonna.
yeah, she's the Madonna of the '80s.
Of the
is what they
80s.
say.
which
the
doesn't make
Madonna of
any
the '80s.
fucking
Yeah, that's what it
sense.
is.
Yeah, so he's there for that, and apparently he used to date Jesse's girlfriend.
Yeah.
So there's
that's
this weird,
implied.
there's this weird love triangle of Bill Maher being a douchebag.
What's Charlie say to him when they first meet? Because Bill Maher kind of like is like, "Fuck this guy," and Charlie's like, "I'm like the sheriff of Ass Kick Town" or some shit. He tries to act like a badass. It's
Yeah.
the worst, corniest like
That
fucking
sounds about
line.
right.
Bozo the Death Machine or
But
something like
yeah,
that.
like yeah, he's like, "I'm
What?
like."
Isn't it like something like that?
Yeah,
I
he
can't
says something like,
remember.
he's like, "I'm Bozo the Death Machine." I'm like, "Who the
Yeah.
fuck?"
Yeah.
says that?
If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times.
Right? I've said it all the time. And Laura Park Lincoln from Friday the 13th Part 7, because this is the same producers and writers and all that of the Friday the 13th film series. And she's Jesse's girl.
Jesse's girl. That's right. We skip ahead a little bit, and we get to the Halloween party.
He's
which,
like, I forgot.
well,
What a dick.
yeah. Jason, speaking of
Jason.
Friday the 13th, Kane Hodder
Oh, yeah.
is in this movie briefly. He is in a gorilla costume.
yeah.
And when this giant barbarian looking guy comes out of nowhere, another dimension.
It's not like prehistoric. I don't know what fucking, yeah. He's obviously a powerlifting motherfucker.
Some prehistoric dimension opens up in the house, and he runs out and body slams Kane Hodder across the room and steals the crystal skull. Which, by the way, the crystal skull is what makes Gramps live. Steals it, runs. He fucks off back to prehistoric time, and then Jesse and Charlie have to go get the skull back.
Yeah, it's a really good stop motion in this movie.
Why the fuck do we care if Gramps is alive though?
Because Gramps is actually the coolest person in this movie.
And that is.
I know, but why did we dig him up?
Because they wanted the skull.
For what?
Because it's worth money.
So the skull isn't stolen till the second act.
No.
Well, it keeps getting stolen. That's the fucking kill. I'm like, holy shit! That's
Every
the
time they get it back. But before they go into this fucking dinosaur land, he comes out and he's like, "I've got an Uzi, and you can take this small gun."
The small gun. Thanks, Charlie.
Yeah, and this movie.
And Gramps is played by Roy Dano from Ghoulies. He's in Killer Clowns from Outer Space. He's in I love his voice. It's perfect. And he's like,
What year was this?
This is 87.
Oh yeah.
I was looking for it on there, but
So anyways,
I like how just the Slim Razor guy. I like how his name's like a cell phone.
Oh my god!
Before they existed.
Before they existed. Oh, I forgot. I wrote this down. When the prehistoric guy comes out and tries to take the crystal skull, which Steven Spielberg probably stole too.
Everything's stolen from House 2 from now on. It's all stolen from House 2. That's how good this movie is. Fuck you guys.
Gramps gets in front of him, try to stop him. He said, "You best pack your ass in a bag and head for Panama."
Panama in that perfect Royal Dano voice. Yeah.
And then he gets thrown to the ground. Then that's where.
He's the worst protector of the skull.
Yeah,
because the skull, like the house is like a temple, and the skull is like the power that generates all the crazy shit that happens in the house.
It's like a battery.
There you go. That's fuck off. Yeah, it's a battery, Steve. It's what batteries do.
So we got
power.
When did we
shit.
get the dog caterpillar?
Oh, the Caterpuppy.
Yeah, it reminds me of like what's a fucking Falcor.
Yeah, that's when you
Like
get
a
it.
green
They go in there.
Falcor.
They go in there. They end up killing this guy with a giant muskrat. I don't know. It's stop
swamp
motion.
monster with-
swamp
yeah.
monster eats
Yeah.
him, and they get away. And pterodactyl takes away the skull. Jesse climbs up to get it. Ends up falling. They end up getting back to the fucking.
Right.
He falls through the ground, which is actually the house, which leads to the basement.
Yeah, it's all connected, baby.
And he gets there with the pterodactyl and the Caterpuppy. It's a caterpillar.
Yeah, they have like a whole
Yeah,
menagerie of like.
Well,
monsters.
it's like Charlie's laying on the ground. He's like, "It's eating me. It's killing me." And then he's just like, "Dude, it's like fucking licking you.
Yeah,
Stop."
It's fine. Stop
this
being a
was-
bitch.
yeah.
It was stolen later by Nickelodeon for Cat Dog, right?
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. But it literally looks like Falcor in the face.
Or that
The
live action
green-
Disney Alice in Wonderland with that fucking worm that they had.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed that one.
Oh shit! She was on Disney Channel for 3 years.
Derek had to watch it a lot, I guess.
Well, the movie,
Weird childhood.
the movie again. Like you said, they steal the skull and they have to go get it back. Steal
Again.
the skull and have to get it back. The best part. So Gramps gets fucking jumped by 30 or 40 people. That's what he says. He tells
like
them
2.
Yeah, it's 2 dudes. But he's
dudes.
fucking 170 years old. I mean, you try to fight off 2
Yeah.
dudes when you're that old.
I mean,
Anyway,
if I'm undead, I fucking.
He
fuck
looks
some shit up.
ripped.
who Gramps?
Yeah, I've never seen this movie, but he looks ripped there. Is that him?
No, that's the
okay.
Aztec fucking guy. He's getting ready to
Alright,
get
never
into the
Well,
temple.
So
Is this him right here?
Yes, God damn it, Jake.
Damn it.
Put the box down.
So this is where John Ratzenberger shows up.
He's so great.
Yeah, he's the best part. He's I wrote his name down. Bill Tanner, electrician / adventurer.
And an adventurer.
Yeah, he's a horrible electrician.
Doesn't he carry a sword?
Yes.
He does, because they're trying to figure out how to get these people that crossed over into another dimension up the chimney. They're trying to figure out how to get to him, and then he just fucking rips a bunch of cords out of the wall and's like, "Hey, fellas, I found it."
Looks like your basic, whatever you call it, like fucking.
Basic interdimension portal.
Yeah, he just knows.
And they're like, "Okay, we got it from here." And he's like, "Well, I'm not going to let you go down alone." And this motherfucker in his toolbox has a sword.
Yeah, a sword.
awesome.
The electrician.
Yeah.
I love it.
That's so you can like get the plastic off the wires and then
easily.
I'm
Sure,
like, sir,
sword's
I'm gonna
much
need you to
better.
leave. I mean, it's a nice fucking sword too. It's not
Yeah,
just-
it's he does this
It's like a
often.
cutlass or
he
like
does this
what do you
often.
call it? Yeah.
It's like go through this door and fucking Bill Tanner, he's like, I'm going to put some string here so we can find our way back.
Oh, he's done this before.
Yeah, he's done this before, obviously. They go down, they found these Aztec-looking people, and they're getting ready to sacrifice a lady. And long story short, there's a sword fight, and
They saved the virgin.
they save the virgin that's going to get
Connie Swale.
Yeah.
yes.
You know how much better this
Dragnet
movie? Like,
fucking
Yeah.
this movie would have been so much better if it was about like an electrician that carries a sword
Yeah.
and goes
Yeah.
house to house and battles evil.
You had me at sword fight.
Yeah.
I'm in now.
Oh, there's a great, ridiculous sword fight with John Ratzenberger from Empire Strikes Back.
yeah.
Only, not Cheers. Forget Empire Strikes Back.
If for anything, watch the scenes where he's in, and just watch him
They're
be
so
like,
good.
"Oh yeah, you got all kinds of problems here. I'm gonna have to fix this. You got something to do. I like to work alone."
Yeah, no shit. Well, in the first film, it's George Wendt from Cheers, and then the second one is him.
Do they get like Ted
George
Danson?
Wendt just pops up.
Yeah,
all the
Ted
fucking
Danson
time.
should be in part 5. There is no part 5, but
So they go through, and John Ratzenberger's holding off the people. He's like, get out of here. I'll hold them off. And they follow the string back, and they get back to the portal, and he's just fucking standing there. Like,
Yeah.
what took you so long?
he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. So that's the best part of the movie, if you ask me.
I like the credits a lot.
God damn.
The credits were good, but after that, you're like, oh, they've saved him. Now they've got this pterodactyl, the catter puppy, a zombie.
I love you calling it cat or puppy.
That's what they call it. They call
Yeah,
it
the catter puppy.
the zombie, and they're all having dinner now. Oh, let's
And the virgin.
And the
Kinda
virgin.
swell.
I forgot to mention that their girlfriends left him because Bill Maher set him up. But fuck that. Who cares? We don't
Yeah,
care about
that's
that.
That's a
the
very
weird-
small
Yeah.
plot.
Yeah.
We don't care about that. It has nothing to do with the fun parts.
And fuck Bill Maher.
I'm gonna watch this tomorrow.
Yeah. So they're eating.
You should.
Yeah.
So they're sitting down to have this dinner, and they're like, "Oh, everything's great." And they got one of those big platters right in the middle of the table, and they take that off, and fucking Slim Razor fucking pops out.
It's his head.
Yeah.
It's his head, and he just pops out of it, standing in the middle of the table. So great, such a cool scene.
I love it because Frank Welker uses the same
Cool
voice as he
scene.
used in what is it, Aladdin, when he's the Cave of Wonders. None shall pass. That fucking voice. It's the exact same fucking Cannibal Corpse like fucking vocals. He uses the same for Slim Razor.
Yeah, and then he fucking shoots Gramps. Gramps was like, "I got this," and immediately gets
Never
shot in
has
the
it.
fucking chest.
Yeah, he's fucking worthless.
I mean, that's good though. He took a bullet.
Yeah, he took a
God
bullet.
damn.
I mean, he died of old age.
He did. I mean, I guess.
Really old age.
So the movie progresses, and you get to see Jesse have a gunfight because Gramps was like, "You take this."
Yeah,
It's
they end
gonna
up
be
in the
fun."
Old West through
Yeah,
one
they
of
go
the
to the Old
portals.
West. But there's a really cool scene there where he's riding in, and then he gets off the horse, and you see it's like this, a dead horse.
It's
you
like a
know?
lich horse or like something out of fucking like a D&D or something.
It's a decaying
awesome.
horse, and it's all stop motion.
It's
really
fucking
hell
amazing.
yeah.
It's really cool. And they had the shootout. It does not go well for Jesse. He
Nope.
gets shot, and then
Because all the real bullets go out because the cops have come around because they hear all this crazy
oh yeah,
shit.
the cops show up. We're getting to that. So the cops show up, and
I'm hoping.
when he's back in the real world, the cops show up.
This movie's only 88 minutes.
I like it.
Yeah,
He's
it's
like,
like
holy
That's
fuck.
it.
I
The
feel like
pace-
you're telling the longest version of how this movie
the
goes.
pace of this movie is insane.
It's
so
really,
the cops show
I don't
up.
give a fuck. I have the comic book. I love this damn movie.
The cops show up, and they're like, "Come on out. We hear you shooting in there. Come on out." And they're having this, younger Jesse's having a shootout with Slim Razor. And he's really bad at it because he's getting shot again.
Yeah.
And he eventually wins. He shoots him in the face 3 times, blows his fucking skull off.
Hell yeah.
We don't give a fuck about spoilers on this show, Jay.
Yeah, so
I mean, we just told the whole movie.
I just
step
told you
by
the whole
step.
movie.
We
I,
just gave you
I don't think I'm going to do that with my movie, but
I'm just really excited because I watched this today. I'm waiting for somebody to stop me.
you just reached the end.
Well, yeah, that is pretty much the end of the movie.
I was just listening to see if I liked it more when you told me the story.
Yeah.
I liked it less.
You liked it last.
So,
Dude, I'm gonna watch it and I'm gonna be like, that's nothing like he said it.
yeah, I was just really now I'm stuck on this whole electrician thing. It should have just been him going house to house, battling things.
That would have been a
So
good
if
side
some-
story for
Get
House
ri-
3.
Get rid of Bill Maher.
Bill Tanner, electrician.
Yeah, that's
Adventurer.
like it's like a Jack Brooks, the plumber thing, Monster Slayer.
Monster Slayer, yeah.
Yeah, so you could do that with the electrician,
Maybe
Does-
they stole
does this-
that.
and they could team up.
Does the sword have like a wooden handle so he doesn't get electrocuted?
Oh my god.
I actually really do like, as much shit as I talk about House 2, I really do like House 2, but it's mainly because I saw it when I was a child and I've held on to those like weird memories of all the weird creatures that pop up because it makes no sense. It's just a big clusterfuck of a movie.
Yeah.
but it's fun. It's fun. It's just dumb fun, and it is like it's a family horror film. There's nothing in it that's like kids shouldn't be able to see.
Yeah,
or
it's not
whatever.
real hardcore violence, no boobies.
Yeah. And I didn't really give a fuck about House 1 to care about the differences between 1 and 2 or 3 and 4.
That's a different movie. It's just different
House 3
altogether.
we covered. It's the horror show. It's
It goes back. They go back to R.
It's
Yeah, 3 and
dark.
4 are like hard R's.
Yeah, Lance Henriksen. It's dark as fuck.
That's a serial killer thing, right?
Yeah, it is. It's totally different.
Yeah.
Each movie's supposed to be a different one, and then they decided with House 4 to go back to the William Cat story, sort of.
Please be serious, man.
Must have been the 90s.
Give me puppy pillar. Cat or puppy, whatever the fuck. it was.
Cat or puppy, caterpillar,
Puppy
whatever.
pillar.
Pillar cat.
As I looked it up, I was like, "What the fuck is this thing called? Cat or puppy?"
Oh my
You
god.
can Google search.
I
it.
didn't
Puppy
even know
pillar
that.
sounds like you take a bunch of little puppies and put them on like a fan.
Whoa. Oh, okay. I was thinking of something else. I was thinking way worse.
Oh, like murder. Oh yeah. I mean, kind of. That's
the
what's
murder
gonna,
fan.
That's what's going to happen eventually, but it's fun at first. They'll slip eventually, you know.
So that was my choice. Halloween 2. I hope you've enjoyed it.
That was not Halloween 2,
Oh,
by
it
the
was
way.
actually House 2.
House 2. Jesus
I was
Christ.
Hey, tell us about Halloween 2 now.
Tell us about.
No, because it'll take 2 hours.
Can you give us the plot to Halloween 2?
Sure. Let's no.
We kind of went over that before last week,
We
actually.
did.
October 31st,
with dorky-
1978.
I just want to say after that, I feel incredibly unprepared now.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Oh no.
You want to go next? You're next.
I'll
baby.
go next.
All
yeah.
right.
I chose Halloween 3.
Fuck, you should have checked Halloween 2. Did like a little order?
Yeah. No particular reason other than like I watch it every year for Halloween. I really love Tom Atkins in this movie. Tom Atkins is one of my favorite actors for some reason, but
He's pretty much a scumbag in this movie, but he's the hero.
dude, he's the scumbag hero, and his head just seems so large in this movie for some reason. Like with the lady that he's hooking up with, I can't remember her name now.
Yeah.
But man, his head just seems huge in it. You know, he's just like the perfect Tom Atkins character of just like being drunk and getting shit done. you
And
know?
getting laid.
And getting laid. Like he's so perfect in this movie. And then I don't know, I like the plot.
Oh, here we go.
The plot like
wild
really
as
takes
fuck.
that turn with Stonehenge. But everything before that, everything
I'm gonna do
before
it every
that,
time.
I'm like way into it. And then when the Stonehenge part comes up, I'm like, what happened here? But I still love it. Like I can't explain.
How'd they
it.
put that block on a fucking a 747 and sneak into
Did
the US?
nobody realize Stonehenge is gone now?
Nobody knew.
Nobody knew.
Got
There's
the customs.
there's that quick news story about it, right? In the movie. They're like,
Yeah, but they're just
missing.
like, it's
Yeah,
missing.
Stonehenge is
Like,
missing.
Nobody noticed it getting wheeled down to the neighborhood and then put on a boat or something. What the fuck? Great.
I think all the performances in the movie are amazing. The way it's shot is it's really done well. I actually read today that they rushed Halloween 2 out because they had already planned on making Halloween an anthology movie similar to House, but Michael Myers was so popular, they were like, we got to make money on this.
Oh yeah.
So Halloween 3, like, it could have been named something else and probably done better.
Yeah, if it was just Seasons of the Witch, everybody would have been fine with it. But
Yeah.
it was Halloween 3, and we touched on this on our
Yeah.
Michael Myers episode.
And they made, I don't know if George Romero would have sued him, but he has a film called Season of the Witch that he made in the 70s. So I don't know, maybe that, who knows? Fuck it.
Can I do a sidebar movie, though?
Oh, do it.
So I watched
He's like, I'm changing my mind.
Are we done
yeah,
with this
no,
one?
I just want to do a sidebar.
That was the shortest fucking thing ever.
I know, it's really quick. So I watched The Changeling today. There's like some things about it that made me feel a certain way about like the pandemic and stuff, because like I don't feel like Halloween really feels like Halloween this year. I'm sure probably a lot of people feel that way. You know, because we're not getting to play a show. We're live streaming a show, and like it just doesn't feel like Halloween. So I was like, you know what? The Changeling takes place, or like the main shit happens on October 31st, but it doesn't really feel like a Halloween movie. So I'm gonna watch that, you know. And I made some notes about why this movie wouldn't really make sense during the pandemic. The first thing, the first one is the idea that a musician could rent a house that nice. There's no way. Like right now, there's no way. There's a scene where there's a Republican like congressman raising money for the orchestra. Probably wouldn't happen
No.
in 2020.
Oh,
way.
absolutely not happening.
Not for the arts.
That many people in a classroom for a classical performance, insane. Also, social distancing wouldn't happen. Oh, and then there's this part in the movie where he moves into this house. It's haunted, obviously, and then like he goes to the place that he rented it from, like the company or whatever, and this lady's like, she says, "We shouldn't have rented you that house. That house doesn't want people living there."
Too late.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like,
Oops.
He's like, "Why?" And then she like walks away, and I'm like, dude, if this was 2020, that would be the biggest cash grab ever. That there's this actually haunted house. Like, it'd be on billboards in the town.
Oh yeah, everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. $1,000 a weekend. Stay
Yeah.
in a haunted house.
But
Will you survive?
those are my silly notes on the Changeling. I really enjoy that movie, though. It's fun as hell.
Oh, we love it. We talked about it a couple
Yeah,
of times.
we picked that apart a bit a couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
I think we were talking about like movies from 70s, right?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Or one of those fucking things. One of those years we picked. We
Yeah.
talked about it for like probably 5 or 6 minutes. Like,
I mean,
it's a great. We all love George C. Scott, anyways.
I love George C. Scott as a musician. The movie is like just right up my alley. Like the music plays such a big part in that movie.
yeah, and for me, it's one of those like it was one of the first like slow burn style films I ever really got into.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know, people talk about The Exorcist and shit like that, but The Changeling was like, man, that fucking freaked me the fuck out when
It's
I was
a
young.
really
like,
slow burn
yeah.
It's
too.
so well made. Yeah.
Well, and the problem with that type of movie these days is no one just like watches a movie. Like you don't sit in
Yeah.
the dark and just focus on a TV anymore.
No, you're on your phone.
Yeah. So people that are just now seeing it are fucking doing this and looking up. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, sure, it's not creepy to you.
Yeah,
But if
exactly.
you would have sat in that fucking dark room by yourself when you were 12 years old and you watched this and you were only focused on this, it creeps you out because of the atmosphere of it. You know, it's fucking weird and creepy and slow paced, and you always feel like something's about to happen. Then it never fucking does
Yeah.
until it finally does. With like really that car wreck that happens is really when it's just like
Man, that car wreck is so funny to me.
Shit hits
I
the fan.
can't stop laughing.
when
About
he's like staring in the mirror and then like the fucking like cartoony flips over.
it.
and
They just
he's-
keep showing it over.
Yeah.
It's like so good. But like as far as the pacing of that goes, like John Carpenter is the master of that style of that pacing.
Oh,
that,
yeah.
like slow burn. Man, I have I do a song on every album. Well, 2 albums now, I guess. But I'm gonna do a song on every album about a John Carpenter movie in like the same vein, like the same like galloping style or whatever. Because like I just am in love with his pacing.
His pace and his music is that way too.
And you're working your way up
Yeah.
though. Eventually, you're gonna be at like Ghost of Mars.
I know.
Oh my God,
You're gonna
yeah.
have some trouble there.
I was honestly thinking about doing Body Bags on the next album.
That's good though.
I love
That's a
Body
fun
Bags.
little
Yeah.
anthology.
Yeah.
That was a really good surprise for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
It was like a cable premiere, wasn't it?
was,
Yeah, it was
Okay.
made for TV type thing, and I actually just saw it for the first time about a year ago. Which
Holy
is funny.
shit, that's great.
I'm really good at ignoring things.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'm just like, okay, I'll probably see that one day, but I've seen everything else. So why the fuck do I need to see this?
Yeah.
And I got it was
Sometimes-
on maybe Shutter or Prime, and I sat and watched it. And
I think
was like,
it's been on
holy
Shudder
fuck.
in the past year.
Yeah, and I was just like, holy fuck, this is actually like really good and kind of like creepy and weird.
A
Some
lot
the
of great
stories,
actors
yeah.
in it too.
Yeah.
And like, John Carpenter is the
They got
the
hyped
host.
up.
Yeah.
And when that happens in movies, for me, a lot of times I'll just be like, I'll wait.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what it is.
Who's the baseball player story in that
Mark
one?
Hamill.
It's
Mark Hamill, that's what
Yeah.
it is. I
Yeah.
remember seeing him in it. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's
man?
a full
There's
star.
a crazy star cast in it.
Yeah, it
like,
really is.
Stacey Keach and I think like
he
Twiggy.
plays the creep keeper. Is like his
Yeah.
character is John Carpenter. Yeah.
well,
Stacey Keach is the hair guy.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
that shit was gross.
yeah.
The hair shit was the grossest
I know.
thing, man.
Is his hot ass fucking girlfriend?
There's models in it too. Twiggy, whatever.
Yeah, Twiggy.
Ramirez.
Yeah, yeah.
Not Twiggy Ramirez. Yeah, Twiggy.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
she goes by Twiggy. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I just remember at the end they pull the body out. It's John Carpenter's like corpse, right? He's the body, and then the mortuary guys are who the fuck were those? There's
Oh,
somebody.
it's like
important
Toby
too.
Hooper.
Yeah, that's
Vic
what it is.
Garris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool. But going back to the slow
Stacked.
burn thing, we did the Halloween episode a couple weeks ago, and that's where Halloween for me went downhill. Is that part one's a slow burn, and then after that, it's just like you just became every slasher.
Yeah.
Like Halloween started it, but then Halloween decided they wanted to be Jason Voorhees.
Yeah.
But they want to try to be smart Jason Voorhees.
Yeah.
Which is why I like part 3 so much, is that it's different from all that bullshit.
Well, like the other thing, like with Halloween, is Michael Myers is like a creep. He's not. Jason Voorhees is like a force of nature. Like he runs through you, but Michael Myers is like staring at you from behind a bush
Yeah,
or
he
whatever.
plays with his food.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like, I don't know. That's not my thing. I prefer Jason Voorhees over Michael Myers. I don't know if people are gonna be mad at me over that.
dissected
if
these last week.
The Halloween episode, I just shit on every Halloween movie besides part 1 and 2 because
Yeah, I mean they're mostly terrible.
Well, and they try too hard to explain every little thing. And
He shouldn't be explained
and
at
it
all.
makes it way dumber than it needs to
Yeah,
be.
exactly.
I'm like, if you would just make this to be stupid, it would be fine. But the fact that you're trying to make a smart movie when you're not capable of making a smart movie is bad.
Paul Rudd and the baby.
Yeah, you're
We
making
can't get
Paul
away
Rudd
from
and the
this.
baby. Paul Rudd and the
Ever.
baby and Colds. And at least part 3 is just like, it's just a fucking Halloween. It's a Halloween movie.
That's
Exactly.
just it.
Yeah.
And,
The other ones are not Halloween films. They're
Yeah.
just happening on the day. This is about the Samhain. This is about Sammy Hain.
Exactly. It's about masks.
Sammy
It's
Hain,
about
not
wearing a
Corey's
fucking
brother.
mask on Halloween. Like,
Silver
that's what I'm-
shamrock masks.
And,
Oh, and the song.
Which they are.
that fucking song that they play 37 times
I
in
love it, dude. I love it.
You know, when I saw it as a kid, we kind of like talked about this last time just for a moment because we didn't want to cover part 3 since we were focused on Michael Myers. But it freaked me out more than those movies because it was like the Halloween mask is killing these kids and
Yeah.
shit. And I'm like, that fucked me up because I collected masks when I was like a really little kid, especially like the day after Halloween. I'd always want to go to like Spencer's or whatever place was going to have them clearance so they can get the fuck rid of them, you know?
Yeah.
And then I see this movie and I'm like, oh no, that's terrifying.
They're good quality masks, so you want it.
Yeah.
You want it.
And
he
it's-
gives them the shitty kind
Those
of like
masks-
Ben Cooper mask.
Those masks are cool as hell.
Oh, they fucking
yeah, there's
rule.
2 of them sitting behind
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Derek, yeah. One's a knockoff from Trick or Treat, and the other one is actually a Don Post one. from-
Nice, yeah.
Original.
They do some
Don
cool
Post.
shit. The opening, instead of like they did like the tribute to the other 2 Halloweens, but they made it like the digital pumpkin. You know?
yeah.
I was like, that's so fucking cool,
Yeah,
man.
and they're watching Halloween.
Tom Atkins getting drunk. Well, that's why I didn't know it was a Halloween movie when I was a kid because there's that bar scene with Tom Atkins where Halloween 2 is on the or Halloween's
I
on
think
the
it's
screen.
the trailer or commercial.
The trailer for it.
Yeah, that's right.
And,
Yeah.
and I'm like, that's weird. They're watching Halloween. Ha, ha, ha. And then like, oh, that's when you see Michael Myers.
Yeah.
And then I remember watching Halloween 3, like seeing it on the preview channel thing and going to it and seeing this same movie again. But I'm like, is this? Because you know your kid brain, you're like, is
Yeah.
this a different movie?
Yeah.
And that same scene pops up and I'm like, that's fucking weird. So it's called Halloween 3 because he's on that screen? That's fucking stupid.
Kid brain works.
Yeah. I'm like, that's fucking dumb. Now I don't like this movie, which is dumb because I liked it the first time, but I
Yeah.
didn't know it was Halloween 3.
A lot of people don't like the movie, man.
Because they don't.
There's a lot of
happen to
hate.
be with a lot of kids in my neighborhood that loved it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Our at one block, we were like, "Oh, it's a great movie" because we loved Halloween horror films.
Did you live around a bunch of people that watch this shit? Because
Yeah.
I didn't know any other
I
kids
didn't
that
know
watched this
anybody,
shit when I was
yeah.
growing
Yeah,
up.
I was
Really?
lucky. My parents were divorced, so on one side of town was all the cool, like dirty, fucking like metalheads that all lived in the same
Yeah, I
area,
know.
and then on the other side of town was like the more snooty kids who I just found all the little nerds that
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
to burn shit and watch horror movies.
That's so weird to me because I was always that kid that would like show people stuff, and then
Yeah.
their mom would knock on my door the next day and be like,
Yeah.
"Your son showed my son this movie or did this," and I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I'm
Me and my
sorry."
friends, our bedrooms did look like everyone's fantasy, like Salem's Lot bedrooms.
See, I loved horror, but my bedroom looked like I was super into dudes. It was just sweaty wrestlers.
Rob Lowe and
So
or
many
Rob Lowe's
Cutting
dead
out
by
pictures
then.
of wrestlers
Yeah.
and hanging them on the wall.
There was just so many
Yeah, I did that
sweaty
too.
wrestlers, jacked up, sweaty dudes.
Just bloody and
Sexy
sweaty.
taker.
Yeah. It's like, I love Ric Flair.
Like wall to wall. I remember my stepdad used to make fun of me for it all the time. It's
Oh, yeah.
like, you should hang women up. And I'm like, that's weird. You want me to jerk off?
Oh my god, yeah.
And I'm like, maybe I still am, but it's to this. Fucker.
I just got lucky with the right kids, I guess. But Halloween 3 was one of those movies. Tommy Lee Wallace directed it. He didn't want to direct part 2 because he didn't like the script. And this one he thought he could do something completely new.
Yeah.
And,
John Carpenter was a writer on it, correct?
Yeah, he's a producer. He and Deborah Hill did the first.
Was it
3.
Joe Dante attached to this at first, though?
I don't think so. He was at this point he was in Gremlins
I
Land.
feel like Joe Dante was offered this. And then they were like, hey, Tommy Lee Wallace. Tommy Lee
I'm
Wallace.
pretty sure. I mean, I could be wrong, but they
I'm looking
he was on the he was do it.
Type
Look
in
it up, baby.
Joe Dante Halloween 3.
Joe
I might-
Dante. He did they offered him Jaws 3. It was called Jaws
Maybe
3
it's
People
Jaws
0 originally.
3. Oh, how Joe Dante almost made Halloween 3.
Fuck
interview.
yeah.
Yeah, so let's see. Joe Dante almost directed it. See? I don't.
What did he
I
end up
mean, you're the
directing?
fucking fat guy, but I was like, fact guy.
He's
Goddamn.
Dave's the fat guy.
I'm the fat guy.
That was
Watch
just
this on YouTube. You know that's not true.
That was just a slip. He was just too slow.
I'm just too slow.
I'm quick draw my girl.
But
So that's awesome.
I really enjoyed this movie too. I like the plot of it. I guess I won't break this one down like
No.
like I did.
I like Tom Atkins getting fucking drunk and being a doctor.
Tom
and then-
Atkins is amazing.
And then he
Tom Atkins
fucks that
is
girl
amazing.
5 minutes after meeting her.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think they get in the hotel. He's like, so
mean,
I sleep on the
she-
couch? And she's like, no. And he's like, oh, so we fuck?
Yeah, I mean, she
There's no
seduces him
in-between.
technically, but I'm just saying, yeah.
Dude, Tom
She likes the
Atkins-
older dude. That's cool.
She doesn't
Tom
really.
Atkins is fucking dope.
She's the one who comes
everything
out of the
he does.
bathroom, takes off the fucking towel, and she's like, "Come on," and he's like, "Okay."
He goes to sleep on the couch, and she's like, "Meh," and then he comes in on it.
True.
He could have been like, "So I just sleep here then."
Yeah. Doesn't he?
Well, they're acting like a couple to
Yeah.
blend in with
Yeah.
the town.
But it
The
was
same
just-
town,
trying
the
to-
same
trying
town
to
name
infiltrate.
from Invasion of the Body Snatchers is the exact same
Yeah.
town.
Yeah.
You know.
And for nobody's the people that haven't seen this movie, Masks. We mentioned
So
the Mask.
Shamrock.
The Mask kill people.
Yeah.
An
yeah.
awful, fucking
Yeah.
terrifying
It doesn't
way.
just
Gross,
kill them.
yeah.
It
It's a
opens a
signal.
portal to another dimension in their fucking face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
and snakes and maggots and worms come out.
Yeah.
It's
we're talking
amazing.
about druids, and that's
It's
the
great.
curse of these old. Like he goes through a whole thing where he's talking about like what Samhain really used to be. He uses the term Samhain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sam Hain.
When when the hills ran red with blood, and this is the sacrifice, and he's there. His goal is to sacrifice all the children that's bought those masks.
That's
For-
smart. So, so this movie, by the time he's Tom Atkins is like at the fucking factory, we're at like October 30th, right?
Yeah, they're trying to investigate the murder
Yeah.
of this girl's
So, but they're
daughter.
still
Of dad.
they're
Yeah.
still producing the mask
Yeah.
on October 30th.
That never made sense. I mean, this movie's full of plot holes. You're talking about
We're gonna get them next year if they don't get them this year.
You're talking about androids that are just way too fucking advanced. None of this shit makes sense unless they.
And there's like
I don't think they're like
But
that's
they're
the,
using. I was like, maybe they're using magic on these guys too.
this is the thing about the androids though. I don't think they're like supposed to be androids. I think they're like those old school like robotic, like it's not an android. It's like they're
cyborg, like half man, half what?
no. There's like if you look up there's these really creepy things of like these robots that were built in like the 1800s or something, but they're like supposed to like how his grandma's in there like
Yeah, she's
sitting-
knitting.
and she just like falls apart. There's like old robots that are built like that. I mean, maybe the newer ones in the factory are androids, I guess, but like
Yeah.
she's supposed to be one of those old robots that were built like classically. I can't even explain.
What Jake is
it.
talking about is they do a tour of the Silver Shamrock factory, and it's supposed to be like the people tour. And there's one part where they take this, like it's all these old Halloween decorations and like animatronics that they've done over the years. And one of them is like this really realistic old granny, and she's just knitting. But she's not really knitting, but it's like
Yeah.
whatever. It's like the Santa Claus
She-
the fucking in the window.
I mean, she
Santa
looks
Claus.
real. She looks
Yeah,
real.
she does
Yeah.
until her head comes off.
Yeah, exactly.
and then the whole time like they're looking, they're like, well, what's the final part of production? And there's like this like sign that's like final processing center. Do not enter. You can't come here. And I'm like, come on, dude. You know something's up. Fucking go in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just take a peek.
They're just making masks. What could
We possibly
what
be doing
yeah,
here?
what could they be doing?
Nothing to see here, sir.
Yeah. So the thing I think we'll spoil this one too. So fuck it.
Carry on, Dave.
Yeah, the end of the movie. We'll just get straight to it. So Tom Atkins is trying to stop this. He figures it out. They're fucking druids, and
It's a signal
They
coming
want
through, yeah.
They want to sacrifice all these kids.
And he kills it in this last scene too. Like in that last scene, Tom
Oh, yeah.
Atkins fucking rules.
Yeah, and he
Back then, they only
thinks
had
he-
like 3 stations.
Yeah, he thinks he's done it. He thinks he's got it. He's gotten free. He fucking killed the druids.
Yes. So what happens is the signal is supposed to happen at 9 o'clock for the big giveaways.
Oh, yeah,
all the kids are going to
Stonehenge is
sit
there.
in front of the. All the kids are going to sit in front of the television with the Silver Shamrock mask and watch this signal that's going to go out and interact with like the badge that's on the back of the masks.
Yeah, because those badges like have an electric explosion
Takes
situation
off
going
Marge's
on.
face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some bad shit going on.
Which is
in
actually
this.
Tom Atkins' real wife at the time.
Really?
Yeah, the woman who
I
gets her
didn't know
face,
that.
like her mouth melted off
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
roach that comes out. Yeah.
Good for her.
At the time, they divorced.
So he gets on the phone and calls. He calls the one station that's showing it. He's like, "Turn it off! Don't
Stop
do
it!
Stop it!
Stop it!
Dude, he's going off. It's
and,
amazing.
And the movie just sort of stops. You just
Yeah, it's very ambiguous.
yes.
no,
but-
no, no. It doesn't though, because he realizes it's on another station.
Right.
Yeah, but then it just doesn't
Stop.
go.
It doesn't give you a yes or no.
Well, you see those kids walking in the sunset wearing the mask, right?
That was earlier. That's
was
when they're
earlier.
going home to watch
Okay,
the
yeah, that's
signal.
right, that's
But
the
there
big
was
giveaway.
there was a short story that was written for it called The Final October, and I highly recommend anybody that's a fan of this to find it because
I have
it picks up right afterwards.
No, I don't believe.
What is it called
rating.
again?
The Final October.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
We'll put that on the Gore Club podcast.
Go ahead and
Facebook
read it
page.
to us.
No. Is it limerick? Otherwise, no. That would go with the Irish Celtic.
It's a haiku.
It starts.
It's a haiku.
And he's like, so it starts.
It literally starts
Wear a
with
mask,
the stop
Ty.
it, stop it, stop it. But you should. We'll link it on the page.
Hell
It's,
yeah.
it's a good short story.
Sweet.
But that's that for Halloween 3.
Halloween.
Great
Sweet.
movie.
It's great.
Yeah, way better than the Halloweens we talked about the other day.
We're going to let Derek go last.
6 out of 5 stars.
I'll go next.
Okay.
Oh, Steve's gonna go next.
Yeah.
What was your film, Steve?
It's got to be, we talked about it kind of in depth on another episode. It's Trick or Treat 86, man.
I
Kind
thought he
of
was going to say
in-depth.
fucking Ichabod Crane.
I
Damn
thought
it.
he was too.
Ichabod and Mr. Toad. Just joking.
I
No,
watched
it was
it
the
this
Roseanne.
week. This week, yeah.
Well, Trick or Treat.
talked
Oh, you found
about
it.
Yeah, I found it.
We had a discussion on
It's on
Messenger
YouTube.
about nice that he could not find it streaming anywhere, which is funny because Derek brought up not too long ago that please buy physical media because they just take shit down all the time. Then you're looking for it.
Yeah, but does Trick or
Our
Treat
Tremors
even
episode.
have really besides that shitty DVD I bought from Walmart years ago with Ozzy and Gene on the cover?
No, there is a German 3-disc that came out. We've never
So we've never gotten like
We've
a
never gotten
release.
anything, and I was
That's
going to
gonna
buy
happen
that.
soon.
Yeah, I was going to buy it anyway, just to fucking have it, because I mean, you can region free your goddamn Blu-ray player nowadays, or just buy a region free one. But I didn't. So I looked that up. I think it was Scream Factory. I could be wrong. Fuck, it could be Anchor Bay, because at the time they were going to put out a 2-disc with all the trimmings, and they had licensing problems with the music. Probably Fast Eddie, who knows, or it could be King from Flogging Molly. So who
That
knows?
sucks.
Yeah. Oh, Trick or Treat. Yeah.
First thing comes up is you can buy one on Etsy. I don't know.
I bet, what is it, a Blu-ray?
Yeah, it says
It's a
it's a
bootleg.
bootleg.
Oh, fuck yeah, it's got
Yeah,
to
but it's on Etsy. Come on. Somebody's like, I made this out of wood.
Yeah, so to go back over the plot,
I
this was-
cross-stitched this.
If you have not listened to any of our episodes where we kind of talk about this movie anyways, it was the heavy metal episode that we did.
And the soundtracks episodes.
Yeah. Eduardo Weinbauer is this metal kid in his high school. It's in the 80s, and if you were a younger kid and weird at all, you'd know what it's like to be bullied. This movie is kind of like the school shooter fantasy movie.
He gets bullied in such a Looney Tunes way.
Yeah, they
he
mess with
does.
his hair.
These
and
bullies are the worst.
Poke fucking holes in his milk so it dumps all over him.
That-
Nowadays, it just be knife fights and and fucking guns.
The chase scene's the best.
Oh,
like
yeah.
when they're chasing him through the school, because the one bully dies, right? When the one dives at him and goes down a flight of stairs.
Yeah, he's like,
I like-
it's like there's
you know-
waters.
Yeah, he dumps it's like
dumps water.
a pail of like a mop.
And
You
then,
can't live through
he
that.
slides, and then it's obvious he didn't slide past the stairs. And then there's just another scene of him just shooting out
Yeah.
Yeah.
the stairs.
I mean, that's a
So
broken
amazing.
neck, right? That's like,
Oh my God, it's
Yeah.
and he'd go to jail for that.
Yeah.
Not in 86.
So Sammy
Sorry.
Kerr, it's kind of hinted at that he was bullied at the exact same high school. It's Lakeshore High or whatever the fuck, and he wants to do a reunion tour or a reunion show Halloween night at that place. They ban him from it. So what he does,
Kills himself.
and he kills himself in a ritual style so he can come back. How he's going to plan this and make sure it makes happen is my thing was his high school friend, which is Gene Simmons' character Nuke, knows. So they team up and they're like, okay, well, man, your number one fan goes to this fucking high school. He's like, well, this is my idea. I'm gonna join forces with the real devil. I'm gonna come back make sure you give him this record. It's like, if this works, it's cool, but what are the chances of
Okay.
that really
I
happening?
got 2 comments about this.
Please bring it on.
One, who the fuck cares about playing at their high school?
Sammy
Like,
Kerr.
why?
And it was part of his plan to come back and bully and kill everybody. And I don't know. It's really
I
thin.
thought it was
plot.
like, who the fuck's friends with Gene Simmons?
That's the other thing. The other thing I was going to say, though, is Gene Simmons actually does a really good job.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Well, have you seen any of the horror films he's done, or just any? Yeah, he actually could act.
He was
Yeah,
in that
he's
movie
good.
with Tom Selleck.
Yeah, The Runaway, fucking great villain. But in this movie, it's like you've got Ozzy Osbourne, you've got Large Marge from Pee Wee's Big Adventure. They're like the 2 evangelists that are on television, and it is Large Marge.
But on the cover of the DVD, Ozzy is full Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
He's not
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's like rocker Ozzy on the cover.
He's
of the
really
DVD.
fun in the movie.
Oh God damn
is
it!
like-
He's awful. But like we had a guest on Ace Carey talking about looking like it's like the No More Tears Ozzy.
Yeah.
Dude has still like the worst reaction to your idol killing himself though is like smashing your own shit. That still doesn't make any
Tear down
sense
the
to me. Like
walls.
fuck everything. Like
Yeah.
come on, dude, save those posters.
Oh,
Some of those posters are
Ozzy-
worth so much. Those records and books he
Yeah.
fucks up.
Yeah.
Ozzy's shirt is too big in the movie. He's
Are you just upset about that?
Yeah, I feel like
The
he's
flowy
like,
white one underneath the vest.
yeah, he's like wearing a frilly. I don't
He's
know.
wearing like a priest smock underneath, on top of like his like I don't know, like a pirate shirt.
I feel like he showed up and they were like, "Here's a shirt.
Yeah,
Just fucking go do this."
He showed up in his like whatever he wore the
Yeah,
night before,
yeah.
and they were like, "Oh, we need to put you in something."
So it works out for Eddie plays the music backwards. Sammy comes out of the fucking stereo. Actually, originally he gives him the plan to get back at the bullies. It starts kind of like very small, and then it just escalates to fucking people getting murdered.
It is fun how he's having the conversations. Like he's like asking a question, then he plays the record back.
Yeah,
It's really fun.
6'6" Crush,
Yeah.
all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love this fucking movie, and it's on Halloween, and it's got all the shit that I loved when I was a kid, like Satan, heavy metal music, the Outsider, Loner. I mean, the whole school, school shooter fucking fantasy kind of is like weirded me out as an adult. I'm like, oh my god, this is exactly.
Well, this is before that time, though, right?
Yeah, but it's exactly. I mean, it's like a cookie cutter thing. It's
Yeah.
like this guy gets to get back at his high school and kill people, and then he just something in him is like,
It's
this
like
is
heavy metal
fucked.
Heathers.
Yeah. So his friend, who was Glenn Morgan, actually, who did like they took over, him and his friend James Wong took over like the Chris Carter stuff for X-Files and Millennium. He's actually his best friend in this movie. And it's like the one nerd in school that likes heavy metal with you, and he looks like he listens to the Cars.
Yeah. There's a lot of those movies where like some weird kid has just the nerd friend.
Yeah.
Like, you're just the outsider,
Yeah.
so you got the super nerd as your only friend.
Well, yeah, it's like the Gate. You have the heavy metal kid,
Yeah.
and then Stephen Dorff is
Night of
like
the Creeps.
just the normal. Yeah, Night of the Creeps.
Yeah.
I think that's how a lot of high school relationships are, though.
Yeah. for
You're
sure.
buds with who lives close to you. So if you're an outsider, you're friends with the other outsider, even if you're outsiders for different reasons.
Yeah, for sure.
That guy gets
Just like
bullied. Let's go hang out.
Yeah. So
In the
fuck it.
library.
People beat you up. Let's fucking
You end
hang
up
out.
at that lunch table.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. You end
Yeah.
up at that lunch table. I remember when I started hanging out with the weirdos because I wanted to stay out of trouble. I was like, I'm not going to hang out with the fun kids anymore. I'm going to hang out with the weirdos, the D&D dudes and shit. I didn't have a fucking shit in common with any of them besides like comics. Everything else, I'm like, oh, cool, D&D, that's cool, man. What kind of music you listen to? Oh, fucking Hinder? Great. Not me. Fucking kill myself. But yeah, I didn't have anything. But we were completely different. I was like that metal kid that wanted to just stay out of fucking trouble. So I'll start hanging out with the dorks.
Yeah.
And we could talk comic books and video games. And that was it. But everything else was like, they didn't listen to fucking heavy metal music. They played D&D and listened to butt rock.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Man, that sounds like a hell of a night.
Little D&D, little saliva,
Lots of Mountain Dew.
lots of Mountain Dew.
Code Red.
It was actually, Code Red and Dr. Pepper was
Oh
the
my
popular one. Yeah, Code Red and Dr. Pepper.
So Eddie has a second. He realizes he doesn't want to actually kill his fucking bullies, which is strange for a 16-year-old kid, and be like, wait a second.
But it
No.
happens anyways.
Yeah, he's no, Sammy, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, man. Change of heart.
Okay, I got a question.
Hit
What do
me.
they put in his backpack when they throw him in the pool?
It looks like a weight. I don't
It
know.
looks like
They're
a weight. There's
Who
no
has
explan-
weights in the fucking pool?
Yeah, I don't get that part.
I love that. What he's talking about is like his girl, like his love interest, which is she's one of the cool kids, as in preppy fucks, who is done with hanging out with the preppy fucks. So she kind of latches on to this metal kid, the nerd that they all kind of bully. She probably bullied him too. And she invites him to the pool party, and he shows up looking for her, and they're like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" Like literally, that's the words. And then like the
He's like,
main
"I was
bully's
invited."
girlfriend's like, "Let me talk to him for a second. How hard is why are you so? How difficult is he for like maintain this much level of creepiness?" And he's like, "What?
Yeah.
Like, do you care about student council?" Like, this doesn't make any sense. So they fucking grab him, put this weight in his backpack, and throw him in this shallow end, and he just is going to drown until he gets saved by her.
Fun and games.
Yeah, she pulls him up, like literally stands him up, like,
Yeah.
dude, really? I was gonna fuck you, but okay, here you go.
Yeah.
And they're like, "You're in the shallow end, metalhead." So now he's even more mad. And
The
this is
weight
before
looks
he-
like it might be 8 pounds.
maybe.
8 to 10
Yeah.
pounds.
I mean, she pulls him out and stands
He
him
doesn't
up.
bench
I mean,
press, man. He's too busy jerking off listening to fucking Van Halen.
That's
so
true, yeah.
whatever.
But like an 8-pound weight, surely you've had more of that in your backpack.
He had his swim trunks in there too, so who knows?
Dude, he's like, oh, it feels like I took biology.
Oh god damn it! Yeah, but she literally just stands him up, and he's just like he's mad at her because she thinks she set him up. So then he has a whole change of heart. I'm gonna skip some things because we've already went over this movie before. And then he's like, I'm not doing it. He gets grounded anyways. His best friend gets recruited because he gets him to get this
So he
tape.
gets grounded anyways.
Yeah, he gets grounded. He can't. It's Halloween night. You're like, you're gonna ground your fucking 16-year-old kid. He's got to be 16 because he's got his own car, and you can't go out trick or treating tonight or go to the fucking school dance. Which
Yeah.
he probably wouldn't have gone. What's he getting grounded from? What? Nothing.
Jerking off.
No, I don't know. He's got the coolest bedroom in the attic. I mean, he's gonna jerk
No, he
off.
fucks it up.
Probably
He fucks
like
it up at the beginning of the movie. It's not the cool bedroom anymore.
Oh,
His
yeah.
mom's like, "You're
He
gonna
doesn't
sit in there."
really
You're
fuck
gonna-"
it up till later with the radios and stuff.
That's true.
He's ripping down posters. Like, dude,
Sammy Kerr. Really
that
fucks it.
really fucked up, man.
I mean, it's fucked up, but that's not ruining the room. He's got this amazing sound system in there.
Yeah. Who
You
bought
wanted
him
a new one.
that?
Huh?
Who bought him that?
Mama.
Oh, that bitch.
Yeah, who's hot as fuck, and she has like the nerdiest boyfriend who dresses up as Rambo, and she looks like Madonna, and she's like, "What a hunk!"
She's the Madonna of the 80s.
She's the Madonna of the '80s.
She is the Madonna of the 80s.
So, he recruits his friend to go get this tape that's in, I think, his bully's car. That actually Sammy appears as a demon because she listens to his headset while they're gonna fuck, but he goes to take a piss. The bully does. So he rapes this girl. And then she goes into the ER, and then this guy, Glenn Morgan, gets the tape out of the car of his bully. It's just kind of convoluted, but it makes sense when you watch the movie. And then instead of destroying the tape, he's like, please destroy this tape. And he's like, okay, cool. And he does it. He goes home and listens to it.
Yeah.
And then Sammy appears.
Yep.
Sammy pulls fucking Large Marge out of the television because she's bitching about rock music because Ozzy had gotten killed in the scene before.
Yep.
And I guess they were in alliance together. She's like, doesn't matter, we're gonna stop this rock and roll music. And then this is this fucked up about this movie. He only appears when his music's playing, but yet he can pull through a fucking television thousands of miles away and pull people and kill them.
That's what I was like.
And she looks like a fucking like Oompa Loompa, like made of ash, and he just throws her on the ground.
I was cracking up that like, okay, these people on TV are just disappearing and dying out of nowhere, and it's not the main news story of all time.
This is like fucking Stonehenge.
newsflash.
Just one quick story. Oh yeah, by the way, somebody disappeared from our studio yesterday.
Yeah, they flew into the camera and disappeared.
Right.
Also, Stonehenge is missing.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of great cool scenes. The music is awesome, but like the plot doesn't make sense. It doesn't matter. It's a horror film from the 80s. I guess they didn't put a whole lot into it, but the filmmakers actually, we touched on this on our heavy metal episode. This is one of those heavy metal movies that actually is well done. They gave a shit.
Absolutely, yeah.
But it didn't get any airtime though. Like you never caught it on Monster Vision or USA Up All Night. All the films that are like cult favorites got that type of shit. Or HBO constantly would play, you know, every film but that. Which is really weird that's never got that treatment.
Yeah, fuck.
Because like me and you are fans of like Shocker. And you could catch Shocker on TV in like the 90s every weekend. At some point, Shocker would be on.
It's odd too. It might be because of the soundtrack though.
I really do think at the end of the day, somebody's just being an asshole.
Yeah, well, you got
But
Fast
maybe it's
Eddie
Gene
from
Simmons.
Motorhead, who's banned Fastway. So I mean, that had a lot of push. You got Gene Simmons. I don't know. It's really strange how they didn't get play.
Yeah, and it's not even. It's kind of a cult classic by now. I mean, almost everyone I know has seen it.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the crowd I hang with talks about it, but I mean, I got several friends that have the fucking movie poster, you know, at this point, and the records and shit. Like everybody knows got that fucking Fastway record.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it doesn't have like an official like Blu-ray release in the U.S.
Gotta be,
especially now when like shit like Ice Cream Man's getting Blu-ray releases and.
Well, I used to see Ice Cream Man on USA or something.
Yeah, that used to come on all the time too, but it's still kind of that lower level of like, you know, talk to 5 people that have seen it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to investigate that because you're right. It didn't get a lot of fanfare. It did not. I mean, only the metal kids were like, yeah, fuck yeah. That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. The only time
I mean,
think
maybe that's why. Maybe it's because it's
Weird.
such a metal movie.
It did
It's
well,
like
though, at the
straight up a
theater.
metal movie.
I think if it would blow up right now if you put it on any streaming service
Yeah,
because
for
people
sure.
would accidentally watch it.
Yeah.
Because they're looking for trick or treat and they're totally going to fucking watch that movie.
Oh, I always have to do that. Yeah, and tell people like, no, trick.
Yeah.
Trick or treat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it'd be easy edit for the like you edit out the fucking demon rape scene. There's not a lot of
Well,
there's no nudity really besides that one scene.
It had to be
There's not a
something
whole lot of
fairly
heavy
recent
language.
because there is that DVD release that it was in Walmart's bargain bin forever. The one I have, like I said, it has
I've
that,
got it too, yeah.
It has that really shitty like
Floating head.
90 indies film cover. It's literally just floating heads. Like you just take a picture of Ozzy, you take a picture of Gene Simmons, and just boop, there they are.
Isn't there an AC/DC song in it?
No, it's all Fastway
It is
except
all
for
Fastway?
well, we've covered this before, and
Yeah.
then we've got Houdini's song in there, and it's actually I've been saying this for years wrong. It's actually not in the pool scene; it's in the Halloween dance scene.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, that makes way more sense. And it's because I haven't revisited the film in so long because I knew it so well.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, fuck, I've been on the whole
I just-
for a long time.
I just don't understand how it doesn't have any type of big release or Blu-ray.
I don't
Well,
know.
I have an issue with the performance at the end.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Tony
'cause-
Fields is fucking the
What?
Kip Winger of goddamn heavy metal movies.
You talking about his sweet fucking
Pirouettes?
moves?
Yeah, I've never been to a show where motherfuckers cartwheeling and pirouetting all over the.
You haven't
fucking
been to a
place.
Winger show.
Well,
You
maybe-
haven't seen David Lee Roth.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, that's true. Yeah.
I'm just saying, maybe you should up your game, sir.
Yeah, I have back problems, so I'm never doing it. That's all I was thinking while I was watching. I was like, I got back problems.
oh shit! So the all-powerful
I
fucking,
can't do that, so I hate it.
Yeah, exactly.
all-powerful Sammy Kerr can do that, and then
Yeah.
the problem is toilets fuck him up because that's how they stop him in one scene. Is she flushes a toilet and he falls into it and he can't get out.
Oh, that's
And he
right.
can't grab anybody because the all-powerful fucking Tidy Bow man is fucking him up. But he can, do all his other shit.
can
and
pull a
appear.
motherfucker out of a TV.
It's fucking hilarious. I love it. And there's this
You know, you probably sold people in this movie until just now.
It's only
If you could have just kept that to
So
yourself.
the ending is a toilet.
They're trying to destroy. They're trying to figure out the copies. There's only 2 copies in the movie of this record as a tape, and they're going around. And they have to get like the keys from, I guess, his fucking car so they can get to the radio station. And then they encounter, I almost said Eddie, Sammy upstairs, and he appears and he uses his electrical powers and goes through the this fucking door, but a toilet fucks him up because electricity.
Yeah, I think we should
Wouldn't have fucking
combine.
stopped fucking Horace Pinker.
That character needs to be combined in the sword carrying electrician movie, and they need to fight. That needs to be the duel.
We're gonna make this happen. Somebody out there listening, make the fucking electrician movie happen.
Well, talking about that performance, the band plays before the Kickers. The lead singer who gets sucked into the speaker and then Sammy takes over his role is actually the special makeup effects artist for so many movies that we love. It's Kevin Yeager,
Okay.
Crypt Keeper, Child's Play,
yeah.
and this film. Yeah, he's just got this one little role and he's like checking the amp like something's wrong, and then
amazing.
he's gone.
I do love how the band's
Kevin
just like,
Yeager.
fuck it, let's go.
Fuck yeah! They're like, I don't know who this guy is. Let's do
I
it.
know all these
This
songs.
fucking Blackie Lawless looking dude who got some Kip Winger moves.
Do you think the bass player is just like, God damn, he's flipping around up there?
He's so good. The people in the audience are like, he's better than the real Sammy.
Yeah.
Fuck. So yeah,
good.
Sammy. There's only one real hardcore murder in this whole film, and it's when he kills the bully. He blows his fucking head up. And this is the
I'm
guy.
gonna kill Big Pussy.
Well, yeah. Now that's not this movie.
It's not.
No, that's
fuck.
fucking Rock and Roll Nightmare.
Rock and Roll Nightmare.
Yeah,
it's Black Roses.
Black
Yeah,
Roses.
Black whatever.
Jesus, all this shit runs together in my head. All these fucking metal movies are all the
They're
same.
all. This is the best
It's
one.
all Satan music, devils.
So they figure out how they're going to
Sopranos.
try to kill him somehow, and then they go to the radio station.
Yeah,
There's the
that's
one
what I
copy
heard.
left. So what he does, he takes this little fucking jukebox or a little handheld radio and throws it in the back of this car because Sammy can't get through the cop cage in the back of the car because he can jump through fucking speakers,
Toilets and
shit.
cops, I hate them both too.
Yeah, but remember the cop shows up and he sees the kids who are like the description. And he's like some weird motherfucker, and then he's just gonna tase him just because he's weird on Halloween. That's fucking what? Okay. Anyways, plot holes. Let's not.
Yeah.
Let's not dissect this movie
Yeah,
too
let's not
much. 'cause
dissect Trick or Treat.
So yeah. So the way they kill him
we
is
can. We
that
should.
I don't know how.
That's my favorite.
They
thing to do
jump
is
off.
dissect.
They
yeah.
fly off this fucking bridge into the water, and then it kills him. And then she destroys the last copy that's playing. Is being protected by his powers because he's so powerful, except for toilets. And that's the end of the movie.
It kills
You know,
them
it's got-
because the river is a giant toilet.
It's fucking holy water. I
It's
don't
got
know
a
what the fuck it is.
similar ending to Halloween 3. Like this song's
God.
going to go out on the radio.
Or Halloween 6. It just doesn't make sense at all.
None of the Halloweens make sense. Get the fuck out of here.
Sammy Kerr,
Let's
I
quit
love
trying
you.
to justify Halloween movies.
Is it Halloween 5?
After
where,
Halloween
like,
2.
The cops have like the clown music playing behind them the
damn
whole
it.
time.
That came up
Yes.
last week.
It's
like-
fucking awful.
They're like Bulk and Skull from the Power Rangers.
It's the fucking worst. It's a terrible movie.
It is awful. But that's my quick cap on Trick or Treat since we kind of dug into it many times.
That wasn't
Yeah.
quick at
That
all.
wasn't quick at all.
I know I was trying, but
We got this. It's the 4th time we've done Trick or
It's a
Treat.
great. I really
holy
enjoyed
shit,
it.
yeah.
It's a great
I was
movie.
thinking about that when you were talking about it. We did the heavy metal episode, we did the soundtrack episode, and then Satanic Panic.
Yeah, and I tried to point on different things that I hadn't said before, but it's kind of hard because those are the big points.
Yeah, I was like, when you said it like earlier in the week, I was like, I'm not fucking watching Trick or Treat again. Because I've watched it twice.
Yeah.
And I still don't remember it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Damn.
I think it's fun.
No, I think it's great. It's
Yeah.
just like so many of those that type of movie just runs together for me. I like Black Roses and all
It's
that
way
shit,
better
but it's
than
all Rock and Roll Nightmare.
no.
It's definitely better than that.
Like, you
What is
name
the Driller Killer?
Prom night, sorority,
Slumber Party Massacre?
Slumber Party Massacre
It's
2.
way better than Slumber Party Massacre 2.
2? Oh, I don't know.
I mean, production wise, but I don't know, man. You can't fuck with
Dude.
that rockabilly legend, man.
I kinda
I don't like
that.
the rockabilly. No.
Evil
love
Johnny
it.
Cash. I don't know.
I don't.
I love it because he's not really rock. He's like accidentally rockabilly. He's like breakdancing and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't. I
It's
don't
just
like
because of the way he's
I don't
dressed.
like it.
Well, we
I'd
talked
much rather
about
watch
this.
Trick or Treat.
We touched on it because we were talking about
I
people
love that
always
movie.
kind of like say it's a heavy metal movie, and it's not even. Not even
No.
close.
Yeah, and it's got that chick from Wings.
Yeah, she's hot.
I think maybe I came into it thinking it was going to be a heavy metal movie, and then I'm like, this motherfucker sounds like shitty Elvis.
Yeah,
Shitty Elvis
See,
and the other girls' bands are all like go-go.
The girls'
rip-offs.
band rules though.
Compared to his
Yeah,
shit, but
yeah. Yeah.
but I know all those songs back to back. I just don't know them.
I just like that they just play random shows in that house all the time. There's like,
Yeah.
it's time to play a song, and they sound fucking perfect.
Yeah,
Like that's so good.
The guys are just sitting on a pillow, like
Yeah, girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I
groupies.
forgot about the two dudes just sitting there
Yeah.
fucking broing down. That's wonderful. That should happen more often. I hope that happens in the real world.
I'm gonna get her crop top right now.
I own several. I
I know you
don't
do.
give a fuck. Crop tops are the shit. Y'all are fucking stupid. Let
I
your
might-
bellies
Oh, they're
breathe.
coming back.
I might
I
revisit
know.
that movie now that I'm not going into it thinking it's Trick or Treat. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
not a
see,
metal
I saw
movie,
it when I was
yeah.
like 11.
Yeah.
So that was one of the, like the we talk about it all the time, the movie covers you see at the rental stores. You're like, oh, I gotta get that. That was definitely one of them for me, dude. Like fucking leather jacket, his fucking guitar with the drill on it.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is this? Because I've seen Slumber Party Massacre and it wasn't this.
Yeah.
So that's why I had to get part 2, and it stayed in my head forever because the killer's so like zany. He's like Freddy Krueger, but
No, he's so wacky.
like
Doesn't he,
rockabilly
like-
Freddy Krueger.
Was he? I can't remember now. He like owns Little Caesars or has something to do with Little Caesars or maybe his.
Oh, the
dad.
guy who
Yeah,
played him?
yeah.
The guy who played
His
him.
family like owns like the little like part of Little Caesars.
Yeah.
They're billionaires or millionaires.
Holy
whatever.
shit, he's a trust fund kid.
And he actually put out a record in the 80s too.
Oh, of course he did. So did John Johnson.
So I found out about
Fucking
it.
Eddie Murphy did.
Joe Bob did it. What's it called again? Slumber Party Massacre 2. He did it. It was the last 2 episodes or so, right?
Yeah,
Recently.
something like that.
And he showed the album, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna check eBay for this." So I check eBay. There's like 20 of them on there for like $6, right?
wow.
So I click watch on all of them. Before that show was over,
Oh, no.
every single one of them was gone.
Yeah.
And the next morning I check, and there's 4 of them each for like $35 to $40
Yeah.
each, and they all sold too. Just because Joe Bob was like, "Hey, this album
just held it up.
exists," yeah,
yeah, I mean, it happens.
they've probably
Yeah.
been sitting on eBay for years.
Yeah.
Nobody's looked up that fucking.
And the
album.
people selling them are like, "What the fuck is this?" And then they
Yeah.
woke up that morning like, "Whoa!"
There's some dude in a warehouse of like 7,000 of those that's just rich now. It's like thanks Joe Bob for flashing it.
I experienced that because of was it Say You Love Satan? I can't remember. It's a podcast, and they just mentioned an older movie, and this happens all the time. And then you go like, "Oh fuck, I want to get that movie poster." Gone.
It happens.
I
with
saw last
anything,
week.
man.
Yeah.
I listen to like
I mean, it's a good thing, but
action
damn.
figure podcast and shit, and the guys on the show will talk about like the figures they bought that week, and then people that follow them want to own the shit that they own. So suddenly, shit that I collect is shooting up in price.
Yeah.
Shit that's been in the $10 to $15 range, like ECW figures. I collect ECW
I got a
wrestling
bunch of them
figures.
if you want to buy some.
Oh, you just hit.
Well,
you're gonna get paid.
Well, now what I'm about to tell you, no, because I could have ripped you off before this story. Now I can't. So ECW, like San Francisco Toy Makers, made them in the '90s. They're shitty looking figures, but if you're a fan of ECW, it's all you could get from
Fun
it.
as fuck, yeah.
They were like on card, mint on card, $20 max for all these guys. Any of them. There's like 3 series of them. Now some of them are going up to like $100, $200 each because these fucking guys on a wrestling figure show were just like, "Oh, hey, we're collecting these now."
Oh man.
And it suddenly just goes wild on eBay. I mean, I saw some recently released toys go for $400 to $700.
Holy fuck.
Are you kidding me?
Like figures, the AEW figures. Yeah. There's a
What?
There's a Chris Jericho variant in the first set that's 1 of 1,000, but they were selling them for $50 each online, and they're already going for about $500 or $600. There's a Cody Rhodes that was 1 of 500 that they were also selling online for $100. I saw it go for $1,400 last week. Just came
I
out.
had no idea.
Damn.
Just came out.
fuck.
It's insane.
Toy
But
nerds are dicks.
But it's because if you talk about this shit,
I'm a toy nerd, so.
yeah. Well, it's anything.
I
It's
was a wrestling toy nerd growing up for sure.
yeah. and I'm a nerd in all this shit, so I just watch prices always go up.
But I
So
played with them.
yeah. Oh, so did I. I mean,
Oh yeah,
I-
no. We talked about this many times since Derek
Yeah,
and I've known
dude.
each other. It's like that shit's coming out of the fucking
Right now,
plastic.
I have
Yeah.
a crate like this fucking big of just wrestlers. Like
Yeah.
it's just like probably 150 wrestlers. Like
There's a bigger market for them now than ever because of like those wrestling figure podcasts. But the thing is, like with the Joe Bob thing, with the record, or going back to all these movies, think of how many VHS movies just shoot up in price out of nowhere.
Oh yeah.
Where like, especially now, like, you know, remember VHS is like, you can go to any thrift store or peddler's mall and buy them for like a quarter each. Meanwhile, Urban Outfitters is selling.
Oh, I remember this.
Yeah.
Comedy blind buys. You get 5 VHSs for $30. I'm like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? I bought all
They're
these
not.
movies for a quarter each, and now I'm like, oh, but Urban
I'm really
Outfitters.
hoping that we look at the internet tomorrow and House 2 has gone up.
Well, if it happens
I'm
tomorrow, it'll be
keeping my
weird because like, who's listening to us right
I
now?
really hope tomorrow prayer lines went up. This
Yeah, your stock, man.
Everybody-
Next
my
week when this
stock's gotta go
airs,
Next week, shoot up. You're gonna shoot up.
So
7,000 views.
we've had all our picks. Derek, you're the last one.
Yeah, so when we started this, I couldn't think of a movie that I truly love that's based on Halloween. I know that sounds weird. Like, there's none of them that I'm like obsessed with. Trick or Treat is like a recent favorite, but I didn't really want to talk about it because I feel like everybody has seen it and it's kind of
Trick or
done to
Treat?
death. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's recently become like a crazy cult favorite. I mean, like,
Sam.
yeah. Well, my
Iconic
son's doing it this
fucking
year, but it wasn't
character.
iconic for a long time. This movie's a decade old now.
Yeah.
And now, like, Spirit Halloween carries all the shit for it.
Last year with that animatronic, I remember
yeah.
that was like a big fucking deal. And
Yeah.
then this year they were like, oh shit, let's
Oh, they
double
got
everything.
tons of it. Like, 'cause
Right.
last year was the first year my son mentioned wanting to be Sam, and I couldn't find a kid's costume. This year, boom, it was easy to find kid's costume. I was like, awesome,
Spirit Halloween has the best
makes my
Sam
life
mask.
easy. Yeah,
Better than Trick or Treat. Better
But
than, no offense, guys, but the Spirit Halloween Sam mask is fucking awesome.
But it's crazy
It's upstairs.
that thing took.
is that the one I saw on the counter? Yeah, looks
And
awesome.
it essentially went from being like
$25.
a cult favorite to about 8 years later. I'd say about 2 years ago, just blew up, and now everybody fucking loves it. Like it's soccer mom horror somehow, which I love it still.
Wow,
But
yeah.
the soccer moms have they love it. I mean, people. I know. Sorry, Facebook people that listen to this that are also on my Facebook, but I hate you.
I hate Facebook people.
Yeah, I mean, we probably don't get along in real life. It's fine. Fuck you. But like, but all of a sudden when I see them, post about Trick or Treat, I'm like, These are the people that come to my Halloween parties and look at the shit on my walls and go, "Oh, that's weird."
Yeah.
And now they're posting about Trick or Treat. I'm like, "Oh, it's crossed that barrier," which is awesome. And it's one of my favorite Halloween movies. I'm not going to talk about it for those very reasons, though. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, one of the best anthology movies too.
It's fantastic, and I love anthologies, and they're usually not done the right
It's
way.
not better than
This could have
Body
been
Bags.
Creep Show 3 when it came out. I was like, fuck, why couldn't this be Creep Show 3?
Yeah, why couldn't this be Creep Show 3 or any of those things? And now people are begging for a sequel, but I'm not sure a sequel is going to do it justice. So
No, they have a comic book.
I
now.
think
They
you just
came out
let.
this year.
I think you just got to let it be. You know, what are you going to do with the same
Well,
character
somebody's got to
anymore?
make money off of it. They're
They
gonna do a
will, 10
sequel,
years from now.
I know.
Another 10 years.
Well, all the shit selling like it is with Spirit Halloween and
They're gonna do a
everything,
sequel for
and the
sure.
toy releases now. They're going to do a sequel, but I got to stray away from that. I went with Night of the Demons.
Oh hell yeah! We got a song about that on the new album.
Do you?
actually. I fucking love that movie.
So Night of the Demons is one I'm always like, I kind of always go back and forth on. I loved it for a very long time. Rewatched it about 3 years ago. Liked it. Then I bought the Scream Factory release. I was like, okay, that's okay. Then it caused like a date to fall apart that one time when I showed it when a girl was at my house. So I was like,
Oh, it's great.
So, and I'll talk about that like midway through this. But Night of the Demons is something I rented when I was a kid and was in love with because of all the nudity. I mean, I'm sorry, but like
Yeah.
Linnea Quigley
Linnea
goes like
Quigley.
full on nude in it.
Oh, man.
And then like that other chick that can't act for shit shows her boobs in that coffin.
Yeah.
I can't think of the Asian chick in it. I don't know her real name. She's probably never done anything else. She's probably one of the worst actresses I've seen in any horror
that
movie
pair,
ever.
It just people forget
And,
they're even in the movie. He starts up as like a surgeon, and
Yeah.
I think she's like a shitty Peter Pan. I can't remember, man.
She makes some comment while fucking Hellman in that coffin. That's like the word. She's like, "Oh, what do you think? I'm a machine," or something like that, or like something about how like she's hurt from how they're fucking, but they're obviously having soap opera sex, so it doesn't even make sense.
Everyone remembers everyone else except for those two.
All
Yeah.
I know is late night boobs.
Late night
Right.
boobs. But man, that movie got me. Like I remember watching it all the fucking time as a kid. The main thing, the animated opening sequence, you didn't have that in any horror film at that time. So
Yeah.
that was like
They almost didn't put that in.
fucking amazing.
That was like a last minute thing.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Really, the animated thing.
Yeah, Kevin Tenney, the guy who directed this, talks about it on one of the commentaries that I've heard. I think his brother did that.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. That's weird though, because that just seems like something that somebody at
Draws
the
you
writing
in.
table was like, "We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this fucking animated scene. It's gonna be badass." Because that's what draws me in. That's why I probably like Dead and Breakfast so much, because Dead and Breakfast has a very similar opening.
Yeah.
But yeah, it opens with that animated scene, and then it was originally supposed to be called Halloween Party, which that would have been really shitty. Could you imagine if like Night of the Demons was called like Halloween Party instead? But they were so worried about like, Halloween and getting, sued and shit.
Halloween Party 2. Halloween Party. That sucks.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
So
So
Slumber Party Massacre? I mean, what the fuck? Actually,
yeah,
that's pretty
originally
awesome
like
name.
it was called.
that's a good name.
That's a great name.
Well, they had to redo like it was going to be released as Halloween Party, and they had to redo one of the lines in it because it was supposed to say like Halloween Party, and they had to redo it for like Night of the Demons
Yeah.
or whatever. And I'm like,
I think
that-
there's actually old movie posters like, like stills and stuff that they had done, and they changed the title.
Yeah, and the thing with this movie is, it's kind of funny because we talked about this recently about every character being an asshole. Every character in this movie sucks.
Yeah.
In one way or another.
Yeah.
There's this. This is a character. This is a movie of just completely unlikable characters. You don't give a fuck really if any of these guys live or die. There's nobody.
You
I mean,
love Stooge, but he's a piece of shit.
really what the first thing you're introduced to is fucking with the old man, right? So why are we scaring this old man? Or like, why do two people fuck with this old guy? Like back to back to where he just hates everybody. And it's funny because he drops his grocery bag. Is it Sal that scares him? I think Sal, like denim on denim guy. Fucks. He drops his little grocery bag. It's got apples and razors in it.
Oh, he's already planned.
Which is funny. He already hates the fucking world, and then this shit happens. And like, thanks, Sal, you fucking motherfucker. Then we're introduced to Stooge. Can't think of his fucking friend's name, and the chick. And this is like this is where like the sexism comes in with this, because Stooge is just constantly like, "Yeah, bitch."
Oh, yeah.
So going to that, I decided to it's like maybe a second date. This is like right after I divorced and shit. It's like one of the first things I've been on. And it's like, cause I like horror movies. We watched like one horror movie, and then the next one's on, and of course like things are happening by the time this is. We're on like the chill part of Netflix and chill, but Night of Demons is on. And Stooge won't shut the fuck up. You don't notice how bad it is until then. And she's just like, "What is this?"
Oh, no.
And I'm like, "It's Night of the Demons."
She's like,
"What?"
this is not chill.
Yeah, she's like, "Why do they talk
Not
like
anymore.
that?" And she's getting like super offended by the language in this movie and
no.
shit. And I'm like, "Oh, we are not gonna work," because
Yeah.
I don't say these things, but I watch these things a lot.
Man, this is tame.
You want that person to do that so you can see him
Yeah.
get killed and get the redemption.
That's what I was trying to.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Just
trying
like
to explain.
wrestling.
Yeah. Oh no, that's what I was trying to explain. Is like most of these characters are pieces of shit, so you
Yeah.
can like you want them to die.
See them get
or-
their comeuppance.
Yeah, when it happens, it's great.
Yeah.
And she was not clicking with that. It was very funny. She laughed. We never talked again, but it was fine.
That was cool.
And now I'm dating her.
God damn.
Good job. But yeah, you go from
She
like
sucks.
you really do go from like you introduce Sal like scaring these people, then you get Stooge and his group and sexism, and then you go to Amelia Kincaid and Linnea Quigley's characters who are shoplifting as soon as you meet them. Linnea Quigley's just bending over.
Yeah, they're using sex to steal.
man,
For the longest amount of time, though, it's
I just remember Booty and Tide.
Yeah.
and then
That Tide box.
yeah, and
Product
meanwhile,
placement.
like Amelia
Booty.
Kincaid is walking around just fucking stealing everything with this giant bag, and nobody in this whole store is saying anything. Dude, if I try to steal a Snickers, somebody snitches.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
She's
you don't got a
walking-
butt like that. Even a friend with a butt like that. You need a friend with a butt like that.
Yeah, but only the two clerks are looking at her. This store's packed. Like every aisle she goes down and scoops shit, there's people right beside her watching her. And she's just
yeah.
like, boop, boop.
I'll tell you right now, if somebody does that in front of me, I'm just gonna be like, fuck it. It's not me.
Not my story.
Jake's
ain't
not
me.
snitching on you, buddy.
But that scene's like iconic. I mean, there's shirts with her bent over like that. And shit.
Oh, yeah.
So that was.
Yeah.
She's had to sign her ass how many times? And her boobs. And her, I mean,
And,
whatever.
and that's right. I think this is probably her last big cult movie. I don't know if she did anything after this that was a big cult hit.
She made a lot more films, but like
No, I think this is the last
this was the last
one.
one that most horror nerds are like, oh yeah, you know.
And
then
this
they'll bring
is
up like,
also, I'm gonna sound like an asshole. This is also the one where when you look at her face, time's coming.
well,
like-
she was like 30.
I know she's 30 here.
Yeah.
But she's hard 30.
Yeah, and she's still
Very
playing
hard
a
30.
She's
She
still
went-
trying to play a 17-year-old.
Cocaine 30.
So, because at this point,
Oh god damn, guys.
so I mean, we're essentially gathering, Linnea, Amelia, what's her, Angela, right? Or isn't it?
Yeah, Angela.
There's so many.
Angela's invited you to a party.
There's so many characters named Angela in horror movies, it seems. But yeah, those two. Then you have Stooge and his friend, and then you have Sal, who shows up. So they're all having this fucking Halloween party, essentially, at this supposedly like abandoned fucking shithole house.
Hill
right?
House.
Hill House. They all meet up there. Sal shows up uninvited to see his ex-girlfriend, who's Judy or one of these fucking girls. These characters don't matter so much in this fucking film.
Yeah, they
It's
don't.
ridiculous. They're all there just to die. And it happens very quickly.
Yeah.
Like, you're pretty much introduced to these people. You're like, hey, they're all assholes. Time to fucking die. So, I forgot exactly why bad things start to happen. I know Amelia
Do a
Kincaid's
seance,
character
right?
does
Yeah,
like
they do
the
a seance,
She
right?
does like the seance.
Well,
stuff.
the dance does not bring the demons back, man.
No?
You wish it did.
But the first one that's
Stigmata, yeah.
actually possessed is Linnea Quigley's character, correct? She gets hit with it
Yeah.
first. And I like that as soon as bad things happen, there's Roger, who's instantly just like, let's get the fuck out of here. Like, start of the movie. Like, we're like, 15 minutes in this movie. Roger's like,
Nope.
no, this seems bad. Let's just
Yeah.
fucking leave.
Yeah.
And he tries to fucking leave. Hillman, the other girl, I can't remember her name. She doesn't really, she's very
Dave,
like,
are you on the page?
Oh,
You got to be on there somewhere.
I mean,
I'm on there.
help Derek out.
yeah, you're supposed to be fucking media guy here.
Well, yeah.
But she's
Ellen?
no, I don't know what you like. Literally, she's on screen, has maybe 3 or 4 lines, and then when Roger's like, "Let's go," she's like, "Okay."
Yeah, you don't even really see her die.
And they
or
go
anything.
outside, and it's literally this them. The camera, they don't
They get in
focus.
the car.
Yeah, they don't really focus on them again until way later because
Yeah.
like they leave and then shit starts happening in the house.
Yeah, I think she falls in the car.
At this point, Linnea is like possessed. Like she's the fucking only demon in the situation. She gives Amelia Kincaid character this weird kiss, and it's like, oh, now you're fucking possessed.
It's very like
too.
John Carpenter, Prince of Darkness.
Yeah,
But
and
it's
that's
like smoke.
and that's where like apparently when Amelia Kincaid gets possessed, she's just like, I just want to dance. I've wanted to dance for so
Fuck
long.
yeah, that's a great
And
dance.
That's
she
great.
fucking dances forever.
Bauhaus.
Meanwhile,
it's a great song.
Linnea's
Amazing.
like, I want the fat one. And Stooge is like, somebody's getting pork tonight. I don't know if that was his exact line, but it
No,
was.
but he-
You were
He's a
saying
piece
the
of shit.
same thing, Matt, 30 minutes earlier.
Yeah, that didn't go well. I should have worn my fucking pig nose and shit.
God damn it. I know he has the worst costume. It's just like his punk
So
rock
dumb.
fucking
Yeah.
pig.
Oh,
Like Bebop.
The other thing that I
Yeah,
totally
exactly.
Or fuck-
The only thing I kind of forgot to mention is like when they're first partying, which is literally like 8 people in a big empty living room, just like yeah. Like one of them turns on a strobe light and they lose their shit over a strobe light. They're like, "Oh my god, we got fucking strobe lights!" Like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Like, why are you so excited about it? Like all of them, like a fucking like the biggest crowd pop you'll ever hear. Like goddamn John Cena just walked in the room.
I think I can
How
explain
does this
it.
place have power?
I think they had a gallon of Heaven Hill vodka.
Oh god.
Whole gallon.
That's $20 of greatness.
And then you're excited to be in any house. It
That's
doesn't
true.
matter.
God.
It's just weird because nobody seems like they like each other, which we've talked about this before.
Yeah, that's
but
another
there's-
weird part. I've never been able to understand.
How are they all friends?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
Like Sal shows up and nobody wants that motherfucker there, right?
Yeah.
He's crap anyways, yeah.
He's the asshole.
Did you skip over the brother commenting on her sister's titties?
Oh yeah, I did
weird.
skip over that.
Nice boobs, sis. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
this
the
movie's
weird
gonna be
shit
like,
like
this,
that.
eh?
It's literally what you said. It's like you want all these people to die.
Yeah,
That's
none of them.
what it's supposed to be.
None of it. The one dude that seems like okay with the girlfriend ends up dying while cheating on her
With Linnea.
with
yeah.
Linnea. So,
Yeah.
so that's what we end up having. Though Linnea leads off a Stooge at first. And you think that's going to be what happens, but then Stooge walks away and goes watches Amelia Kincaid dancing around and shit. And then she like chews on his fucking face. Like goes in for a kiss and just eats his fucking face. And now he's possessed. I guess she could have just kissed him. That's what the other fucking girl did, but you're fucking rude about it. Ate his fucking face. And the next scene is, I don't remember who killed the two, but two people I haven't mentioned because they just exist is like the Asian chick and the other guy. Why are they there? No one knows. They have bad lines. They're fucking in this coffin.
You gotta have extra deaths.
But they die in like the worst way because like I think they snap her neck. I think she gets her neck snapped or whatever. She's on top of him. But the guy, I don't understand how he dies because they just take the coffin top and they just slam it up and down a few times and then he's dead.
Just like they did to Ultimate Warrior.
Just like they did the Ultimate Warrior. But it really is just like the weirdest death in this movie. It's just like a boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I don't even remember that part.
Yeah.
It's so forgettable. I don't even.
It's just her tits. It's the only reason why I remember because I was a little kid. I was like,
remember
look,
that.
there are some titties.
Nippies.
I'm just a simple boy. But then there's like the once Linnea gets possessed, of course, she has to go full like titties everywhere. And she goes to full nudity. And the dude with a girlfriend, once again, who gives a shit about these characters, like walks in to check on her. And she's just like, oh, hey. And he's like, oh, no, he shouldn't. And she's like, oh, really? And just shows everything. And he's like, okay. And then like midway through fucking, her face turns into like a demon face. And he's like, oh, no. Then he dies because that's what happens when you fuck a demon, you piece of shit. And she like,
I think she pokes at his
That's the
eyeball.
most gruesome death in it because she like fucking rams her fingers into his eyeballs. Yeah. She's like, I don't even want you to be a demon. I guess I'm just going to fucking straight kill you, even though you're going to become a demon later for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
After you lay there dead. Nobody knows the answer to that?
I didn't write this script.
That's later.
I mean, for me,
It's weird how this is a classic and how much I enjoy it. But when you talk about it, I'm like, what's wrong with me?
Well, yeah.
no, I absolutely love movies like this. Like the same reason I love the Friday the 13th movies. This is about putting a group of people together that are going to die.
Yeah, no, totally. And one thing it drives me crazy about this movie, and especially going back and rewatching it, Linnea Quigley has like, I don't know, 5 or 6 one-liners in it. They do them in such a sitcom way. Like she says, like when they first walk in her, like he's dead.
She always does everything.
She
in
says
this film.
something, but she like says a line while walking out of the room. Like I don't remember what the line is, but she pauses and smiles, and it feels very much like on a sitcom when they tell a joke and you're waiting for the crowd.
The laugh track.
Yeah, she does it like 3 times in this movie though. She says the joke. And she sits and she stares almost directly at the camera and smiles. And I'm like, oh my God, this feels like a fucking sitcom. Like the way she and she's never been great at reading lines anyway. So it makes it even worse.
Yeah.
But anyway, now the 2 characters that are outside, Roger and Lady, are fucking,
They've just been
Helen.
wandering
That's
around.
Helen.
yeah.
Helen, thank you, Dave.
Yeah, because at this point, the only ones everybody dies very quickly.
Except the black guy.
Yeah, so that's what I was getting. Yeah, so you have Judy, who's inside still. Judy's still alive. You have Roger outside. You have sorry, Judy and Sal inside. Roger and Lady outside. You find out that the gate's no longer there. So Roger and his lady have walked around. We can't escape, blah, blah, blah. He's touching this wall and she just vanishes. Which they never explain that because that never happens to any other character in this fucking movie that just gets scooped up and they vanish. She doesn't fucking, nobody grabs her. Nothing like it happens. She just fucking vanishes.
Yeah.
Like a Twilight Zone episode. I think she falls on the car, right? When he goes to the car, actually, like she just.
Yeah, that's when she comes back. She's all mushed.
Finally, like Roger runs back. Roger's my favorite in the world because he's supposed to be the nice guy. He doesn't give a fuck about anybody. And it's the best thing in the world. So you never, like, when you play a video game and, like, there's the non-playable character on a mission where you have to either follow them or they have to follow you. So if they get, like, way too ahead of you, they'll just sit there and wait. And you'll awkwardly walk into a scene where they're, like, at a corner of the wall, like, duck down with the gun or something, like, waiting on you for, like, an hour. Roger is that. Because every scene, like, people come in a room and they find him, and then a loud noise that happened, and Roger's like, bye, and he take out running. And then, like, 2 scenes later, he's just in the next room over, sitting there like, oh, you're here.
If you made it, that's cool. But if not, oh, well.
And then another noise happens, and Roger just gets the fuck out of there. And this happens, like, 6 times.
He's the best character in the whole film.
Well, he runs his ass off. But the crazy ass part is, so you got Sal and Judy. Roger's still outside. They get to, like, this weird rooftop battle. Sal gets thrown the fuck off the roof, lands on a fucking Michael Myers spike that's just on the ground. And
Michael Myers' spike was covered last episode.
But
Michael will always find a spike.
Judy is hanging from the roof of this house. Have you ever, right now, like the top of that wall, if I told you to grip that, how long do you think you're hanging before you fucking fall?
Yeah.
That's the grip strength in these horror movies drives me fucking crazy because that's like the hardest fucking thing to do.
But this is the thing: is they're at near death. How strong are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you
How strong is Judy
if you think you're gonna die, maybe you have
hanging from a roof?
Powerlifting strength,
I don't
Judy.
know. Maybe she's
I've
been
watched-
doing pull-ups. I don't
I've
know.
watched a fuck ton of like Ninja Warrior and shit like that. And those
They really want to
motherfuckers-
win
and
too.
those
They're not
motherfuckers-
gonna die.
Those
though.
motherfuckers can't do it. I just don't feel like Judy, because what she does here.
I would have really good speed all of a sudden. I'm just saying.
So I don't know why the demons quit chasing her when she's hanging from the roof. By the way, because she's hanging for a very long time.
They're like she's
prone.
gonna
So-
die anyways.
So there's this long, like, I don't know, 20-foot drop. And then there's like her hanging. There's a brick fence thing. And then Roger's on the other side. And Roger the whole time's like, climb over to me. I'll catch you. And she's like, I can't. And you just see her swinging. And it's like the longest fucking scene in the world because this just goes on and
Longer
on.
than the howling transformation scene? I don't know.
And then finally, she never makes progress towards him. But when she lets go, somehow her body falls down and over to the right and on top of Roger. and this little dude breaks her fall completely. Like nobody's hurt. Nothing's wrong with them. There's like, oh, let's go. They get back inside and they're fucking running again because I can't get out of here. And now Roger's really doing that thing I was talking about because every time like you thought he was gonna save her and be with her, that motherfucker's running every time there's a noise.
Oh, he doesn't fuck around.
And each time he's just like, this doesn't work. The only reason why she catches up to him because the door doesn't fucking open. He's trying to like, bye bitch.
The only realistic character in a horror movie ever.
Oh, he's the best because you have that stereotype of the black guy dying at first or whatever.
Yeah.
But this guy ends up being like the smartest fucking character because he's just like, you hear a noise? Let's go.
Right.
Just fucking run.
They never catch the motherfucker because every time he hears a noise, he's like, bye. Before he even in the room. Everyone else is like, no, let's just wait and see what he is. He's like, no, fuck that. This
Yeah.
movie's called Night of the Demons or Halloween Party. If they would have named it
Halloween Party.
If they would have named it Halloween Party, he'd been more confused. But he knows the title of the movie.
You could
so-
do like George C. Scott in The Changeling when he sees like his wife under the water and he just walks out slowly backwards. Doesn't say anything or it just walks slowly backwards.
Nope.
But this movie's legitimately just a bunch of assholes getting killed fairly quickly.
Yeah.
And then Judy and Roger running. And they run for like 10 fucking minutes around this house. They avoid like near death. And now keep in mind that everybody that's died is now a demon. Even the ones whose corpses you have seen have now been resurrected as demons. I don't know why they laid there dead for fucking ever and then came back.
Listen, because it's cool as fuck. That's
Yeah.
the only thing.
Yeah, they want to see their corpse. Yeah, let's show their dead body. Because for
Yeah.
the longest time, it's just like the two girls, the two shoplifting twins, killing everybody. And now it's like, oh, no, we're all demons.
Yeah.
Eventually, we get outside again. And, ooh, this gets stupid.
I love this fucking line.
And I
Hit
don't,
it, baby.
you can justify it with it when you were dying.
I'll
You
let
don't
you
know
take a
bullshit
breath
all you
and
want.
say that.
But let's just talk about what happens here. Now we have a 20-foot brick wall with barbed wire hanging down. Roger goes, let's just climb the barbed wire. And he grabs barbed wire, not thick wire, not a thick rope, barbed wire.
Yeah.
Grips it and climbs all the way the fuck up this thing. And then lays on top of the wall, reaching for super strong Judy. Who fucking climbs it, and the whole time she's climbing, she's like, I can't. She gets almost to the top, just out of arm's reach of Roger, who now has jumped over the fence because he's heard a noise and he has to get the fuck out of there. And every demon, there's 6 demons just all reaching for her. None of them can climb, apparently, by the way. They get all these powers, all this crazy shit.
It's like Halloween
But
2 where you're
they're-
just swinging
They're
a little
literally
scalpel
all just
as she's going through
reaching
the window.
upwards like zombies, just
Yeah.
moving their arms back and forth, just barely missing her. And she's still hanging on to this fucking barbed wire for what has to be 10 minutes
Super
of like
strong.
real time.
She's got great grip, man.
Well, barbed wire is easier to hang on to because it just grabs you off.
It's just not humanly possible.
No, it's not.
And then I don't know how Roger gets up the wall again, by the way. Because I don't know what's there to climb on the other side of this wall. Is there extra barbed wire? Are you gripping barbed
Maybe
wire
it's
again?
shorter on the other side. It's like a,
It's shorter on the other
like a
side.
retaining wall.
Oh my god.
He heard
Okay, I
he
was
heard
like,
a
what the
noise.
fuck?
He heard a noise on the other side of the wall, so he made.
He's like, fuck it.
She's reaching.
And the
for-
demons can't get past the wall because there's like a running water system or something.
Yeah, there's something that
It's
blocks
like vampires.
them.
They can't go past running
It's
water.
within like the sewage system or some shit. Is what
That's
they,
fucking
and I don't
hilarious.
even know how they figure that out. I don't
it's
remember.
The house is haunted. It's not the.
Yeah,
It's,
Right.
You can't go outside this wall.
yeah. This is where the party happens.
Yeah.
and
House
that's
of the
it.
Demons.
But it's just so funny because he climbs the barbed wire first, jumps the fuck over after reaching for her for a very long period of time. She still hangs there screaming while these like 8 demons reach for her. None of them can climb apparently. Roger climbs back up, reaches for her again. They get the magic. Ah, you got me. Which they exchange blood, and in the COVID era, that's not good. Yeah. And they go over the fence, and that's essentially the end of the movie.
The sun raises.
The sun raises.
It raises in the sky. Or also known as rise.
It is now the day of the demons.
They walk back.
I can't be. They're like, oh, yeah. Like gargoyles that run away.
Which it does have the best ending because they walk down the same street that you saw from the beginning with the old man. They're both haggard as fuck. Rough night. They look like they partied to death. I think the old man makes some shitty comment about them. Out all night, fucking hooligans. And he goes back in, and if you remember at the start of the movie, he has the apples and the fucking razor blades. So he's like, what's for breakfast? Blah, blah, blah. And his wife's like, I made pie. So he starts eating this pie. And then it comes to him like, where did she get the apples from? And then she's like, oh, there was not a lot of trick-or-treaters last night, so I just made this. As soon as he has that revelation, like all the razor blades like slice his fucking throat out.
It looks amazing.
He has to know about him first.
Yeah,
he's talking. He already swallowed. He's still like chewing away.
Oh yeah, it's a terrible
setup.
I mean, he chewed razor blades.
Yeah, it's
without knowing.
It's an awful setup, but the fucking payoff is beautifully done. Steve Johnson effects.
The payoff for this grumpy old man, even though it makes zero sense, or why did his wife intentionally want him dead?
Yeah, because remember he dies, falls over on the table, and she's like,
I know, but does she
Happy Halloween, honey.
I know, but does she know he's that's the whole thing is was it intentional or is she just so naive and out of it?
We saw the razor blades and the apples. She had to see them, right?
Yeah, well, they were already into apples, I take it, because he was giving them out the trick-or-treaters.
But when you make apple pie, you cut the apple.
I think it's all intentional.
Yeah,
She's an awesome chick. He's like, fuck the neighborhood. Not the neighborhood kids. Fuck the
I know, but it would take her that long to be mad at him.
I don't know.
So one thing, it's funny that you mentioned the Halloween party name, because I always thought they just wrote 3/4 of a movie and then it was named Night of the Demons, so they had to make it like a zombie aspect at the end where they all come back, like the corpses come back and stuff.
Yeah.
I thought it was a night of the thing.
I mean, it was. Kevin Tenney was actually just hired to direct this film, and he brought his brother on. They did the music, the opening credits, all this stuff. He was just a hired-on director, much like John Carpenter Halloween. It was not his film franchise.
Yeah.
That's why he's not associated with the rest of them.
Yeah.
So, you're probably right. I mean,
they're the ones that changed we have to make this kind of zombie-like.
Can you imagine the original script? It probably has all the bullshit that we didn't like, but then he tried to make it as good as he could with the budget that he had. And it looks great.
Yeah, and they did. Going back to what he's saying, they didn't make him too zombie-like.
Oh, yeah.
Because
that's like Evil Dead.
Well, but
he's fucked.
They seem so powerful at first when it's just the 2 chicks. But then suddenly when there's all of them,
it's
they're just all of them.
They're fucking,
Linnea Quigley, Amelia Kincaid, all their characters just suddenly, they're not fucking doing anything.
You can dance your ass off a half an hour ago, but now you can't climb.
Yeah. She's tired.
She fucking rocked her shit off with the Bauhaus.
She's tired.
It just seems like she was so powerful when, even when she's just chasing them through the house, or when she throws Sal off the fucking roof and shit. And now we can't catch her on barbed wire.
It's like her and Sammy Kerr were like, we're just tired. Toilet bowl.
She looks a lot like Sammy Kerr when you think about it.
She does. Especially when she gets all burnt up.
Yeah, they could be like brother sister.
Fuck yeah, that's gonna be a great couples costume.
It's been a long night.
It's been a long night.
And those sequels are fun.
And it's a Halloween night. Trick or treat's happening down the street. And then Night of the Demons is into the house.
2 and 3 aren't bad sequels.
No, I like them. I like them a lot, actually.
For a horror franchise, I don't think
Killer Nuns very much like Dead Alive. It's fucking great.
No, it's fun. They stuck to the Halloween premise on each one too, and Amelia Kincaid comes back for all of them.
Her sister is in the second one, I think. She's a mouse or whatever. I like them. I like them all.
It's good. It's a good franchise. I don't when I was just trying to think of Halloween movies, and somehow we haven't talked about Night of the Demons. So I was like, fuck it, let's go with that.
It's great.
So I don't know how we haven't talked about Night of the Demons doing the show.
I have no idea how it hasn't come up at all.
No,
weird.
All the subjects we've had, it hasn't fucking fit in the night.
Because we've repeated ourselves on many times, but it's because I'm like, oh, we watched this episode. It's on this one, but this one does it. Yeah, it wasn't.
That's why I went with it.
Good job, Derek.
Good job.
It's not my favorite, but I like it. It has been my favorite. It's been my favorite at points in my life, and then it changes weekly. It seems.
Yeah, I really love it. Phil wrote a song called "Blessed Be the Sinners." That's about it. So
Sweet.
yeah, it's really fun.
It is super scummy.
Yeah, it's trashy.
Like I get it more so now. When someone pointed it out to me, as much as I like talk shit, go like, God damn, I can't talk to that girl, and that's just me kind of joking, even though I don't talk to her. But it is like when someone points that out to you, and then you notice it more when you go back and watch it. You're like, holy fuck, they do. Or like they're very much like this fucking bitch, and like it's very masculine.
Yeah, he's like Freddy,
but it's
not
also
cool.
like
Chucky.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But it's also a movie where like the women get to become the demons and fuck up everybody.
Yeah.
And your survivor is a fucking black dude and a lady, which is like other shit that doesn't happen as much in horror movies anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he's
Night
not
of-
the
Night of
black
the-
I
guy.
shouldn't say anymore.
He's
back
not
then.
written as the black guy at the time.
Well, that's the best thing
is
too. He's just another one of their fucking friends. They're not like, hey, we got to have the token
Yeah,
black
yeah,
guy or
exactly.
whatever. You
Right,
know, they
like
didn't do
Vasquez and
the
Aliens. She's not,
stereotypical bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. That's
We
awesome.
can talk about this as much as we want, but to think about Night of the Demons as progressive is pretty funny.
It is funny though.
It's really
Kevin
funny.
Tenney, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, the dialogue's not so much, but the storyline is,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
weird.
I like Kevin Tenney films. He did Witch Trap, Witch Board. So I like those. Those are my
Which movies?
Witchcraft
Witch
1 through
Trap.
20.
Witch Trap, which he brought back Linnea Quigley for, and then Witch Board with
She really
fucking
did.
White
do-
Snake Girl.
Yeah, he also
Yeah.
did Pinocchio's Revenge and The Arrival 2.
Jesus.
Well,
Pinocchio.
like I said, I like his.
She
first
really
three
did
movies.
do her workout video came out after this, and that was about it for her.
I'm just glad
Linnea
Pinocchio
did
got
other
his
things,
revenge.
but you're right. This was the 90s were looming, and she kind of died away. She got
She didn't really do anything in the 90s. 88 was about the end of her.
Scream Queens magazine. They kind of
And-
kept the Scream Queen.
And it's really
token,
like when the whole
we're
crew
alive.
gets together. So did teenagers not exist in the 80s? Because we never like everybody in this movie is in their 20s, the 30s,
Right.
and they're playing teenagers. And this is like every movie from the 80s is like this. But Linnea, I'm not trying to make fun of her and shit. I used to have the biggest crush on her.
Yeah.
But she aged pretty quickly there, for whatever reasons. And when she's with the rest of them, who are all obviously in their 20s, she looks fucking decade older than everybody, even there.
Yeah.
And it's just fucking weird. I'm like, why do we do this with horror movies? There's plenty of teenage actors out there.
Dude, I think that a lot about movies from the 80s in general, just like
Yeah.
old people being
Well, if
in
it's
them.
children actors, they're 30.
Yeah.
You get
Yeah.
teenage,
Or even older
Well-
than that, like you'll see like old dudes like fucking. Like they'll be fucking in the 80s. Like you don't see
Yeah.
that now.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
weird.
But it is weird.
Well, and with this one, speaking of the kid thing, Roger wasn't originally supposed to survive. It was supposed to be the little brother. The little kid was supposed to be in the house with all of them.
Oh wow!
And there was some kind of weird thing with like child labor laws and shit to where they had to rewrite around that and change everything with that.
Yeah. 'cause
So
they-
originally Roger was going to be fucked too. So we got the better ending because of some labor laws.
I don't know. I've been thinking about those age things in the 80s a lot. Like if you see a movie nowadays, everybody's beautiful and
Yeah.
perfect looking or whatever, but like I watched Network the other day and it's just like old dude fucking some hot girl. You know what I mean?
There's
Like,
a lot of like old dudes that are pulling better ass than they ever should.
yeah,
dude.
it's so weird. Tom Atkins.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
the fucking Mac,
he's the king of
He's a
baby.
Mac though.
our fucking
Tom
guy from
Atkins is cute.
Trancers.
Pick up Jamie Lee Curtis and fuck her in 5 minutes, man.
Who's the Doll Man? Doll Man gets so much
Tim
ass.
Thomerson.
Tim Thomerson gets so much ass in
Right?
these movies.
Young
and it's
Helen
just
Hunt,
like-
and he's obviously like 50.
and I was like, that dude's banging
You don't
everybody.
see that shit at all anymore. You
Nah.
don't see that at all. Everybody's too pretty now.
That's true.
Oh,
But it should also be like some ugly chicks need to get dick too. Like they should have
Night of the Demons 4.
have enough of that.
Oh, fuck.
You're all
I'm
out
just
of
saying.
quality with the Night of the Demon series.
I guess we're going to wrap this up, man.
Yeah, we're good.
This is our Halloween episode. It ran pretty long, and then that's fucking awesome. I don't care.
I had a great time. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah.
Not a
so
problem.
talked about Sam Wayne,
Sam
Wayne,
Sammy Wayne.
Sam Heyman.
Sam
we've
Heyman?
talked about some of our favorite movies.
Sam
Yeah,
Heaney?
man. That was a good time, man.
And if anybody could make Bill Tanner Electrician Adventurer happen,
Please do.
please do.
Yeah,
Please-
do it, you
please.
cowards.
Something I forgot to mention, we're doing a live stream on Halloween.
Yeah, I was going to say, let you
Yeah.
talk about how people can find you and your upcoming events. I know you have two of them.
Okay, so we're Prayer Line on Facebook, Prayer Line 666 on Instagram, Prayer Line 3 or some shit on Twitter. I don't know. I don't do Twitter. But you can find us pretty much anywhere. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, like I said earlier. This weekend, when is this gonna post next week, I guess?
This will pass. They'll be able
Next
to go to the
Friday.
Halloween one after this.
Okay, so this weekend still we're doing live stream on Magbar's Facebook, YouTube, our Facebook, YouTube.
Yeah, Magbar Louisville.
Yeah, Magbar Louisville. So we're playing. Actually, the Halloween stream that we're doing is going to be our new EP live. So
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
yeah, we're doing it live. Or we already did it live, I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever. And then if this is coming out right before Halloween, we've already done a live stream that you can watch now on YouTube. So yeah,
Sweet, man. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for
absolutely.
haunting the holidays with us, I guess. And
Yeah, it's been a blast.
talking about Sammy.
Yeah.
Sammy Haney.
Oh, Sammy Hain. I miss that guy. Miss him.
The season of Samhain. If you are on YouTube, please like and subscribe. We're on Breaker, Podcast Addict. Come on, Dave, help me out.
Oh,
You're way better than I
on
am.
iTunes, your list is gone. Steve.
Google Podcasts.
We're on the internet.
We're
Anchor.
on pretty much every platform and
Anchor
app
FM.
that you can think of, and find us and enjoy yourselves and get on YouTube and tell us how much we suck. It's great. We enjoy the fuck out of that.
That's my favorite part, honestly.
I love it.
I like getting shit on.
It's so
the best.
fun. I mean, we don't take it that hard. It doesn't matter. We forget shit constantly. But thank you guys so much. We're out of here.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.